All right, everyone. I figured I'd just go ahead and go live. We're running a bit behind here, and we're already chatting away in the comment section. So I just figured that just might as well go ahead and talk live about it. So we're talking a little bit about margin, and I typically don't invest on margin. I have a couple of accounts that show margin. Oh wow, 19 of you on. So I'll go over. A couple of you have been waiting like an hour. Hound has been waiting since 7:45. Juniper says, "Hey, don't judge me, guys, but anyone buying Tesla on margin? I have not done it yet, but thinking about it, 40% profit seems like good math to me." Yeah, it seems like a good idea. I'm just kind of apprehensive because I haven't done much of it. So maybe you all can explain to me how it works. Maybe I can learn from you all. So a couple of you do use margin. And by the way, the UWI channel is in the works to come on here. It's just a matter of us both agreeing to maybe have set a time to debate margin possibly. So we'll see how that goes. I know we share an audience, so yeah. See, a lot of you are doing margin. Andre should be on soon. He's the guy that I do the podcast with. We were talking last week about some cons of the YieldMax fund, so I wanted him to come on and discuss, with all of you all, what he told me, because I've been kind of a pro YieldMax fan, so I want to be as objective as possible. So here he is now, actually.
All right.
Oh, there you are. All right. I just started. Kind of had some comments backlogged here, so
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Let
yeah,
me get. Can you hear me good, or is it bad?
yeah. I hear you fine.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Give me a second. So which one are we going to go into first?
Um. Well, we can talk about YieldMax in general, but probably start with TSLY because that's the most popular one. But just tell the audience kind of what you were telling me last week, like some of the things you saw with these
Okay.
funds. Yeah,
Okay. Let me get 1 second. Let me get my chart ready.
yeah.
TSLY. Okay.
But
And
overall, the idea is that, and I've said this before with other dividend funds, that basically the higher the yield, the more the fund's going to drop. I know this is a little different because it does covered calls and puts and whatnot, but
hmm,
generally speaking, these funds, the higher the dividend payout, the more the fund is going to drop over time, right? That was the gist
yeah,
of it. Yeah,
because I don't think that long term is sustainable. So, like
yeah,
when I look at these high yield funds of any sort, they typically just go one direction,
hmm,
just straight down, or they'll have like a good pullback. But the
hmm,
pullbacks are typically designed for the fund to enter in their puts or their shorts, so they can make their income. Because in my opinion, when I start looking at all these ETFs or ETNs, because they're typically all ETNs,
hmm,
they're a derivative of a derivative that's basically on a high risky bet. And these individuals believe that they're better traders than most, which I would disagree. Most people are not that good at trading. They actually, if I have to look at their balance sheet, I would assume that the majority of their income comes from fees.
yeah. Because
And
for me, the first negative that jumps out about TSLY is that the fund is not back to where it originally started trading at. It was around
yeah,
2170 something, and that was when Tesla stock was at like 150. Tesla is
and
now at like 280, and we're
that's
still
a
not
good
back to where we are. So that's the main negative that I've noticed.
that's a good point when you come with that. If you look at like ETFs, ETNs, high yield funds that are derivatives of derivatives, when they IPO, they start at a very high price, but it's just a gradual down. But that yield that people are getting is relatively high, so most people think that it's going to balance out. Like, hey, if the market's down 10%, but I'm getting 25% in my dividend yield, then I'm still winning. Well, with what I would perceive as a losing bet long term, because I think the house, which is the people who run that fund, are intentionally pushing it down. And
Mhm.
here we go. TSLY. Give me 1 second. I gotta see how I share my screen. Was it Yahoo Finance? Yeah, we were on Yahoo Finance yesterday.
That's what I've used that for the most part, but I've kind of gotten away from it. A lot of the audience doesn't like it anymore.
It's not the fan favorite.
Here's one person in the audience that's a little bit more realistic
you need
about
Tesla.
TSLY. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I would say when you start looking at the people, the big time players that are into these funds, I don't see any of them. They're all, to me, to be honest with you, retail traders. And that's how these, in my opinion, how these funds make income. They see that the retail investor gets in there because they see this shiny, the shiny coin, nice high dividend. They keep shorting it at these, once the dividend, actually, I'll show you guys on the chart, so I'm not just talking.
But while you're pulling that up, I mean, what entices most people, like I can pull up Ameritrade now because I've bought a lot of it myself, and it will show like 30,000 in annual income if the dividend holds. So that appeals to a lot of people. That's like, almost a full-time income for a lot of people.
Here we go. I'm going to be on 5-year max. Here we go. Okay, here. I got the chart open. Let me see how I share my screen. Share screen.
Yeah, and then I'll add it.
Yeah, I'm forgetting how to use this. All right, here we go. Okay. Let me put you up on my top screen.
All right.
All right, fantastic. So what's this breaking down? Like, here's the IPO date, right? Let's look at the open price. The open price in the IPO date is $20.06. Went up typically and then went straight down. This to me is a great indication that if you study any type of high yield fund, they typically do the exact same thing. And we can start proving this when we start duplicating it off just that one point. What's another one that YieldMax has?
NVDY. Now there's another site, I think, Seeking Alpha. You can actually overlay charts for multiple funds if you want.
Ooh, that would actually be interesting. Give me a second.
Because I've compared Tesla stock to TSLY, and obviously TSLY is lagging far behind Tesla stock because it's being, with the dividend that it has to pay out. It's it's handicapping the upside. It's like the upside is capped on it.
And so it just came out then, huh?
Within like a month ago.
Okay, and what's the next one?
There's OARK, which is based on the Cathie Wood's ARK fund.
Okay, let's go max. All right, fantastic. So, I mean, look at if you just remember, guys, change the perspective. Think about, because I'm in Vegas. Vegas, we're thinking about how the casino thinks. The casino always wins. Now, just pay attention. I can't tell you, remember, this is not advice. This is something that if I was looking at, this is what I would do. Because I don't trade these assets, but it's pretty obvious what they're doing. They'll IPO, they'll have some news. Basically the YieldMax gang will buy into this thing. It will drop immediately. Look, this one is pretty immediate. Like, this is pretty bad. Like, this candle pushed down from $27-ish down to 22. That's not a strong indication of a long-term chart. But if you look at it, it's very similar charts. After the dividend date is declared, people buy in, it pushes it up, and they enter their massive puts or shorts. I don't know how leveraged they are, but when you see a massive down bar by this, that means they were preparing for multiple candles. You don't have a big push down with a flat top unless it was prepared. See how this candle has no wick on the top? It means that was their biggest order and it pushed it down. So if you look at it, you can tell that you guys look at the candle, their open to close is nearly a perfect square. And if you look at it again, nearly a perfect square. The house or YieldMax knows that the majority of people are buying it and they're shoving it down as much as they can to make a high income. I mean, this is it's like an easy trade because you can tell what they're going to do. And if you look at the last chart, look, every single push down are complete squares. There's very little wick. So that means they know when to enter and exit based off the volume of people who are buying because of these dividends. And I would bet long term that these dividends are going to be much, much worse.
Explain the no wick at the top of the candle again.
So what is a wick? So wicks means there's an open, there's a close, and there's a high and the low. When the open and the high are equal, there's a flat top. When the low and the close are equal, it's a flat bottom. So typically when you have a top and bottom completely flat, that means that order flow was staggered down. They controlled that entire flow of orders so they can exit at their price.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that they exit somewhere around that declaration date. See, if you look at it, see how it slowed down, and boom, and then they did it again.
Yeah.
YieldMax, to me, their intention is not the dividend. The dividend is the lure to capture traders in so they can have liquidity to exit their own position. Because as you think up, they think down, and down to me is the overall direction. Because from 20 down to 17, you're down $4. Even if you short it and you just held this position till today, you're still in profit. Same thing for this. From open the IPO until current, all you need is this one short position.
That's true. If you short it over the whole term of the fund, then you would still be up.
Yeah, you're way up. I mean, even this is lucky, like, because this is coming out. Once give this a few months, and you'll see that this dividend date, how negative the volume is a clear indication that it might be pushing down even more.
But so a lot of us bought in April after Tesla earnings. So we bought in at like $13 or $14, and then it went up to like 18 something. So see that run up. Yeah,
that's a good run up. How long can it last? Because it's a good possibility that once we have our 3 candles, there's going to be a push down, and now we're slowing down.
Though, like at a high level, so Tesla, if you think Tesla's not going to go anywhere, and the covered call strategy is not going to go anywhere, will they at least always be able to produce a dividend?
They can produce a dividend to whatever they desire. All they have to do is take it from the share price.
Right.
Yeah. So for example, they say let's do a 10% dividend. So we have $17. So we're having a $7 dividend. Just an example, making easy numbers. They can just take it from the stock price. I'm sorry, the ETF price, which I don't know why they call this an ETF. Mm-hmm. It is. The definition doesn't break down to an ETF. They don't own anything because they're option strategy. Options are not ownership.
Right.
There is no ownership at all.
You're right. It's a derivative of a derivative.
Yeah, and that's even more dangerous. Like, I'd rather someone be honest with me and tell them that they're an ETN. A note is just basic. If you guys don't know what ETN is, basically it's a derivative of a derivative.
Mm-hmm.
Just la land, basically.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to get to a couple of comments. I'm not going to read all the comments like I normally do, but one person here is looking for what they can do with 9,000 they sold out of. Well, you can super chat part of it, at least. I joke about that a lot. And then we have an engineer that writes for Seeking Alpha in the audience. And he said, I sat down last night and started looking at ways to hedge TSLY. So far, the best solution I have come up with is to short TSLL, as it improves your cash cushion and you gain from TSLL's NAV erosion.
TSLL. Let's look that up.
That makes sense. Now, I took a play on TSLL. I went long. So, like I buy call options. Mm-hmm. And that one played out really well for me, actually. I got 10 contracts of it. And it was up like 70% until Thursday when the NASDAQ dropped. And then my gain got cut in half. But I'm going to hold it. If I get back to where it was, I'll probably just sell it. But that turned out to be a pretty good play with TSLL.
Look at this.
Yeah.
TSLL, the overall direction. I mean, this is very interesting. Like, I've never seen this until now, but the direction seems very biased.
It looks like a W chart.
We have a very big push down from the initial IPO. Big push down. I wonder why. If this is a high yield dividends fund, for example, or if it does pay dividends, I don't know how high these dividends are. Like,
I know what happened. I know what happened. This is a levered ETF for Tesla stock. So it's a Tesla bullish stock. So here on the chart, that's where Tesla stock dropped. That's why you see that big drop. But as it's been coming back, the fund started to come back too.
Has it been proportional? Because if you look at the measured move, if you do a measured move, this is like 50%. So
right.
If it's at 50%, Tesla stock should be up 50%, right? I'm near there.
Exactly. It looks like the highs are not as high as the lows are low.
So there's a good possibility that, I mean, how to say it? When it comes to Tesla, like, let's look at Tesla as a whole. What does Tesla do that deserves that high share price? When I look at their balance sheet, Tesla to me only survives because of the government. Actually, most big companies, I would say, survives because of the government.
Mm-hmm.
Do they produce anything really good? I mean, that's questionable. But I think with a dying economy, a struggling job market, a lot of the products that they make, who's going to purchase them? Who's going to use them? I mean,
Wait, the unemployment rate's not like below 4%.
I mean, if we go with those numbers, but like,
Yeah.
Another thing would be like just how many people. I mean, electric vehicles, in my opinion, are not a good buy, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
This is a horrible buy. But,
This is a good point. So I was telling you, they have a lot more funds coming out. I think I have the chart somewhere here, but they have one coming out for YieldMax. They have like all the big stocks. Basically, they've got Google, Facebook, Berkshire Hathaway. Did I say Microsoft? They've got Coinbase. Amazon is the next one to come out. So they've got ETFs coming out for all the big funds, like all the big stocks.
Is it possible that you can just short them off the bat? Like wait month 2, month 3, and just
I'm sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you could. Yeah, but so the conventional wisdom is that all of these like mega cap stocks for these big tech companies are just going to keep rolling. So if the stocks keep going up and these are indexed for those stocks, then conceivably couldn't they go up over time too, even with paying the dividend?
How would I say this? The only way for everything to keep going up is for something to keep buying, right? Some entity has to buy it. Okay, who's buying this? Well, we know for a fact that these individuals, like the common folk, retail traders, are not purchasing stocks overall. They're not moving the markets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who's moving the markets? Well, we got BlackRock, we got big entities. So where are they getting their money from? Well, are they getting loans? Are they getting financing from the Federal Reserve? Or is the Fed entering their own orders right off from their trading desk? And I would say there's more influence on the government side, but this can't last forever. There's two types of crashes. So there's two types of crashes when going up. So if a market goes up, let's say 20%, but prices go up 50%. Yeah, your stock price or whatever your trading price did go up 20%, but if prices went up 50%, you're technically overall lower because when you sell that stock to buy XYZ, you have to purchase less.
Mm-hmm.
So most people don't calculate those numbers it's called purchasing power. When you're calculating your whatever you're selling or buying, calculate purchasing power, and then you'll actually see if you made a real gain. So, and that's one thing that I think is happening. Most people are buying into these funds. They have a lot of paper gains, but once they sell, they pay taxes. You love those taxes. And then they put into another assets. The other assets also went up, but at a higher rate, causing their gain to be a lot less.
Mm-hmm. So this comment kind of sums up what most of the audience wants. So for those of us that only care about income, can this still pay 40 to 50% for the next 20 or 30 years? If we don't care share price, so if you don't care about the share price at all, just the income, can the income sustain?
Well, I mean, let's break that down. Let's say 40 to 50% for the next 20 or 30 years. Show me an example of any fund doing that.
The closest I can think of is that Goff fund, but it pays way less. It pays like 15%.
I would say 15% is a whole lot different than 40 to 50%.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, what type of? I mean, you have to ask yourself: if these traders are so good, why would they have a fund? Like, if I would have to reverse my thinking, if I want to have a fund just to pay out dividends, I would be losing it. Dividends actually hurt the other side because they're paying out a whole bunch of available cash. For me, I would keep as much cash and pay a very low dividend so I can enrich myself faster.
See, so far, like the way I'm looking at this, and I'm probably being different than I usually am, but I've known about this for 3 or 4 months, and each month it's like, wow, the dividend exceeded my expectations. It's like, okay, another month. Like I'm not even thinking down the road. I'm like, all right, I'll hold it. Like in my mind, I'm gonna hold it. I don't think it'll last forever, but it's like, okay, next month, wow, the dividend's $1.06 this month. So
I mean,
keep
It's
rolling.
possible it can keep rolling, but what happens? I would say we're in a more volatile market now. If there's a good possibility that if you're entering in now and they have another 3 month or three candle down, because remember these guys are looking for their money, not yours. And if you see this massive, look at the dividends. The dividends are quite consistent, but look at the volume on TSLY, TSLY.
For that
Like,
day in particular, yeah.
I would say this: if it does go up, it's probably temporary. I think long term it is always going to be heading down lower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're making money off the dividends, but I think with the principal plus that, like if you intraday trade it, then I would bet on that. But I think the majority of people are just trying to dollar cost average and just keep rebuying into the position as much as they can.
Yeah.
And I think if I was going to buy, the best strategy is to pool profits. Like the first dividend was January 9th, right? Pool profits. I mean, you're doing pretty good. 14 to 17, that's $3 up. Take half off. Enter again at the next dividend. Take half off.
Mm-hmm.
Next dividend. You would probably be doing a whole lot better than being in right now. Because
this is kind of a funny comment. If you took the name off Tesla's financials, just had the average investor look at them, they would never invest. It's all name and sentiment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Like when it comes
But
to
then
that cult,
also, people are still going to buy cars globally too. Even, like the rich stay rich even during recessions.
Yeah,
That
I
is
would say
true.
rich do stay rich. Recessions are, how to say this? Recessions are the best time for wealth transfers. So the last greatest wealth transfer that I wish I was born earlier for was the 2007 crash.
Yeah.
If you just bought into a certain types of asset class, like for me with my current knowledge, I would be buying inverse ETFs. When I'll be buying mortgage-backed securities to short them, the contracts and CDs on shorting the real estate market, and I'll also be buying more precious metals.
See, I would have done some of these levered positions on the S&P. Like the S&P 500 it averaged like 20% a year for 12 years. I mean, you would have made a fortune on that alone. But the problem is, like for me, by the time I was able to start investing, we were already halfway recovered from the crash, So it's like for me, I missed out on most of that. I missed out on the bottom. You know what I mean? Because at the bottom, like I had no money to invest at the bottom.
One of the guys, his name is Kenosis, is actually brought up a stock that I was looking at previously when Andre was on. I recommended you all read The Mind Over Markets by James Dalton. Did anyone check it out? I did not check that out, sir.
I looked it up. I think that's the extent of my research. I found the title on Amazon. I need to spend more time like researching and reading stuff for real.
So, I mean, look at this. This is a gorgeous chart. Look at that.
SCHD. Someone mentioned SCHD. Do you like SCHD?
I mean, I looked at this before, but my main reason of not getting into it is this.
Mm-hmm.
I missed all the gains. Like if you would have to buy, I mean, if you remember, it's all hindsight, but all this is missed, and this is just like starving for dinner, starving for the gains.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I would just avoid it. Because look at it. I mean, even if it drops down to these previous lows, which is a possibility, like your upside is only up $9. Like for the previous highs, it's $80, for example. It's only up $9. But these previous lows, man, there's a lot of space down there. Like the risk versus reward is at best. Like to me, it'd probably be a lot better just to avoid it and find a stock that's actually trending up.
What do you think about this idea? So doing a trailing stop loss on TSLY.
Let me see. Okay. What is your who's asking this? Trailing stop loss?
First.
Okay, when you're doing your trailing stop loss, what are your amount of pips or points? How much are you going for? Are you going for break even? Or are you going for like one share amount, or what's your break even amount?
I'll let him
and
answer.
because it's interesting because when you use a stop loss and you lock in your trade, that can only be done if there's liquidity. What I've seen when it comes to very fast-paced markets, when you lock in your trade, right, here's your order, here's your stop loss down here, you drag it up, lock your trade in. So if the market does get down and engages your trade, what ends up happening is that it jumps your trade, causing you to take basically a loss instead of a guaranteed gain.
Engineer says, don't use stops. Control your risk by trading with tiny size.
I don't know. That's a different trading style.
He responded, in it for the dividend for the long haul. As such, I believe my best bet is to use a traditional stop. It would be great if you could confirm the best exit strategy should things start to go south.
Oh, okay. Actually, I like that. I like that. That's a really good question. So exit strategies should be, in my opinion, this is how I do mine. I can't tell you what to do. But when it comes to exit strategies, there should be 3 levels of exit strategies, right? So if one is a traditional stop loss. But if you're not using a traditional stop loss, there should be an exit indicator like this right here. If we do indicators and do a moving average, for example, this is a very simple way of doing it. We can do a 25 and we do simple close. So let's do on the daily. So it's a daily lower time frame. Okay, cool. Let's drag it over here. But basically, we're looking for a reverse. Once the moving average goes under the charts or over, depending on where your stop loss is at. Oh my God, is it like buffering, like slow?
No, it's fine on my end.
Okay, let's not do a 50. Let's do 100. Oh, that's right. I did 25. So what ends up happening is this: like when you see that the market is crossing over and there's multiple closes, what typically people do is this, and also what I do is that I will create this moving average. And when there's enough enough candles closing below the moving average, then you know the momentum is typically turning south, so you can exit your trade there. There's a couple indicators that I would use as an exit indicator or exit position. Normal stop loss. You can use moving averages, a MACD, possibly the moving average inside the Bollinger Bands. Another one you can use is the TTL is a good indicator for that. But those are just examples of how to exit a trade on an average. So for me, I don't use target profits so often. I use moving averages, or I average my trade out. So I can get 80% of the move instead of just taking like 20% lower because I exited emotionally.
He's thinking of a stop loss at 1350.
1350? Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
1350. Are you on leverage at all? Like, is this a 1-to-1?
He averaged in, his average price is 1530.
1530? Oh, give me a second. That stop loss is massive.
So he's looking at it like he doesn't want to get out of it. He doesn't want to be forced out of it. Like if there's some movement and then it drops a couple dollars, he's looking at a level where it would be like an extreme drop.
That's like 12%.
Yeah.
I mean, so the question would be this: if you're having a 12% for your stop loss, have you earned at least 12% in gains? Because if you have not earned 12% in gains, then you should modify. I can't tell you what to do, but I personally would modify my stop loss. So even if the market does some banana stuff, you're out 12%, but you didn't even take home 12%.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this ETF is so volatile that, I mean, look at these exit candles, these big candles. We're talking about from $18 to $14. If that does that again, they say not looking for a battle, like probably enjoying the orange. But yeah, I mean, I would say this.
People in my audience had a powwow a couple weeks ago.
Let me bring this up on here, let me go to Investopedia, TradingView. Here, let me bring it on TradingView. And this is something that that a lot of my clients have the same issue, is modifying their stop loss. Many people don't know where to put their stop loss. The stop loss to me needs to be locked in where you previously made gains at. So if you're up 10%, right, overall, and you're saying, hey, I don't mind taking 3%, 4%, TSLY, we'll look at all. Here you go. If you guys want to use a really good website for marking up charts, TradingView, I use this all the time for trading, especially for my own personal videos. But let's see. Let's go date. I mean, look at the monthly. Look how it looks in the monthly. Does that look dangerous where you're currently at?
Yeah.
You guys got more. You guys got a lot more. I'll say patience. Like this to me is too dangerous, because look at the gap already on the daily is already gapping, and that it's not gapping up, it's gapping down.
Explain the gaps to the audience again.
Okay, so here let's look at this on two different charts. Okay, so we have two different time frames with a negative volume. Volume does not indicate direction, but there's a high correlation to it. So if there's a negative volume, typically the market follows it. Doesn't mean it always will, but typically it does. Typically it does. But when there's a gap, and this is a double gap, which is like, how I say this. This is like, get the heck out as fast as possible kind of trade.
Because it's true.
Remember,
because they only pay once a month. There's more gaps on the chart than once a month.
Yeah. But if you look at these gaps don't happen on accident. Gaps are a planned, intentional thing. When I'm looking at gaps, I'm looking at who entered to benefit from the gap. Most people will think opposite. I'm going to buy and the gap filled. Well, whoever pushed the market down outside the dividend, you would ask yourself the question, did they enter at the top of this market? Because if they did, within 1 day, they went from 1840 and they're now shorting price is at 1740. That's a huge gain shorting. Or I'm sorry, you guys would use puts, right?
Oh, he said gaps fill so the market makers can correct their inventory.
Like I said, gaps can also fill based on. So, for example, you see this. Let's look at this gap right here. Right, here's a very easy gap right here. So this gap here, what can we conclude? We know that we're near a dividend date. Check. 100% near a dividend date. So we know that everyone's going to be buying in, because remember, the house, YieldMax, knows how to profit off of the people who are going for the dividend. So for me, if I was going to do that, I would be entering put positions or shorts throughout the market here. So when I have enough of my shorts put down and I have enough liquidity, I can shove the market down with a larger order down to these levels. Now we have our gap, right? So now I'm stair-stepping my exit. I'm exiting my short positions slowly because I can't exit all at once. There's not enough liquidity. Once this fills, everyone thinks it's going to be hitting these higher highs. Because remember, double top, guys, we're going to break through. So when people are buying, I'm shorting. And then I push it down again. They assume that there's going to fill again. As your guys are buying, I am shorting. As you are buying, I exit my position, and look, you can tell that liquidity and the volume is down. And now, to me, it's like another setup to be pushed down again.
Yeah, some of the audience is kind of, coming back down to earth, I guess, about TSLY.
Now, I can't tell you what you guys what to do. But for me, if I had to trade this, I would only short. And shorting this is so much more profitable than buying for the dividend. It is so much more easier for me. And I'll explain how I would do it too. So if I had to trade this right now, like from the inception, my easiest strategy would do this. I would go to indicators. I'll type in fractals. Fractals are such an easy thing that many big institutions use because of what? Because it's not opinion-based, it's mathematical-based. So here, let's look at fractals. Oh, I added it twice. My bad. Let me delete this last one. Okay, so we're looking at red fractals. So hypothetically, if we have a very large red fractals back to back to back, so right here in this top position, we have 3 fractals here, here, and here. We know that everyone's buying, so we need to me, in my opinion, short this market and enter in every red fractal candle. Now, fractals only happen in 1 or 2 candles back. So if you can see, when a fractal happens 2 candles back, they enter in the short. 2 candles back or a candle back, enter in the short. So now they can have an like setting everybody up in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But I would have to ask the actual trader for this, because to me, the strategies, do you know what their actual strategy is when it comes to this option trading?
Yeah, they basically, we can go to the site and see the positions they're in. They have calls and puts, and they roll the calls up, like as the stock goes up. Like sometimes you can see one that it moves in the money when Tesla went up for the day. So then they roll it, and they try to coax out as much time decay as they can. Honestly, when we had Jay on, like I felt like, and I still feel like, I mean, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to generate these premiums and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not going to change anything, that in my own account.
I would ask him, I thought to ask him, like, what do you make more in, trading or fees? What's more consistent, and which one do you depend on more? I would bet.
You ask him that if he comes back on?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't interfere with you guys' channel. Like,
yeah.
But I don't want to have that bad blood. But I was asking, what's more, like, I'm starting my own fund, and I look at the fees. The fees are more consistent of an income than the actual trading. Trading, you actually kind of want to balance out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I felt like when we had Jay on, I felt kind of reassured. Like, I felt like, okay, because I had some questions too, and I mean, the audience asked a lot of good questions too.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, how do you? And then another question is this: if you guys know about derivatives can go from 0 to 100 or 1,000 leverage, right? So if you have a fund that's on a leverage, basically, in my opinion, ETN. So let's break that down. What is the actual asset that they're trading on? Tesla, right? If Tesla is basically, in my opinion, being backed by the government, it's like the actual asset is what's it called? Not derivative, a derivative. So you have a derivative as the underlying asset built on another derivative, traded on another derivative. Like, there's so much stacks to this that if the underlying asset just does poorly, it is a horrible, like, death dive for everyone involved in the stock. I'm sorry, not stock, ETF. Like, it just, because like when I look at collateral can be stocks. Okay, what is the stock? It can be like what was a good company, like Lowe's or Home Depot, something physical, right? Or I would say land, a house. Like, those are good collaterals. Precious metals, good collateral. A car, collateral. But all of those, if it's on a stock that's being pushed by the government, isn't that kind of dangerous? Like, do you guys see that the danger that can be involved in this? Like, you guys can get punished pretty badly.
Absolutely. It's all timing. It's, I mean, see, that's the same thing like with the overall market in general, but like, you'll miss out on a 12-year bull market if you just say, oh, they're propping it up.
Yeah, there's ways to make money from it, but I would say, are we if we have to look at that example we just said, are we at the top of the market or are we at the bottom building up to the top? Like, where do you think we would be? I think we're more at the top than we are at the bottom. Like, if we have to compare it, we would be like this. We're up here.
Oh, he thinks that he said they make money from the fees. Profits from trading are paid out. Yeah, they have their expense ratio. Their expense ratio is like 0.99, right? It's lower than mutual funds. I'll give it that.
Mutual funds.
Oh, I've seen some retail mutual funds at like 4%. It was extortion.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. 4%.
So, okay, he says we're looking at the wrong thing. Look at Tesla, determine where Tesla is headed. If Tesla doesn't go up $30, now that's a good point, because I've calculated that Tesla stock has to move up about $33 for every dollar move up in TSLY.
That's
That
only
seems.
if they put those call order positions in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're leveraging on the trader trading that to match the actual asset class. So
Mm-hmm.
TS, what's Tesla? TS.
LA.
There. Let's look at Tesla. And I trade Tesla now because of you. I I I did not trade many stocks other than like dividend stocks, but
Mm-hmm.
so
Hey,
because
like
of
I
you
said,
now,
on the surface, this thing's great. Like I'm up 15% in the principal, and the dividends are like 70%, for the annualized rate. So it's like if you don't know anything about this, it looks great on paper.
yeah. I mean, a lot of things are great until something. Like, I always question like why, if everyone's making money, isn't that kind of dangerous?
What does Warren Buffett say? Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful.
Yeah, like look at this.
Yeah.
Like if you, I mean, it's kind of funny. If you just took off Tesla's name, you can slap Bitcoin on here. You can slap Ethereum. You can slap the S&P 500. It looks very similar. This
Mhm.
big, like, it just looks odd to me because I would assume that many people think it's going to be heading up to these higher highs again, like the 400s.
Mhm.
It's
That's what
possible.
people are assuming. People are assuming it will get back to its pre-split $1,000 share price.
Wow.
So here's a question I want to answer. So we kind of have different investing strategies and whatnot. So you don't really like any of these like high yield dividend ETFs because of how they drop when the dividends are paid out, and that's typically what happens, right?
To me, I wouldn't go for the dividend because I think
Hmm.
the dividend will be overall a losing trade.
Yeah.
Because it's just to me, the direction, if it keeps going down lower, your dividend won't catch up.
Hmm.
To me, the overall position would be shorting it because the shorts are more obvious, and that's where to me that's where the money's at. Like these big massive movement candles are, it takes months. Like look at this one candle here. It took
Hmm.
3 candles to equal one.
Hmm.
Where do I want to place my trade at? The short or the long?
Hmm.
I mean, you guys are getting pretty good dividends. Like this last dividend is 80 cents. This dividend is $1.07. But just this one short, I will admit I don't have to wait all this long. I can just like, okay, I see that everyone's trading this. I'm gonna pop a short in here. Like if my broker allowed me to trade this, I would short almost everything you guys are buying in a
Hmm.
sense. Not to say like you guys are losing trades, but I look at the overall direction, and the overall direction to me is short.
Yeah, I wanted to get your perspective because what you were
Right.
telling me last week, you had a lot of good points.
Look how sexy this line is. Like, look at that. The open is $20.55. The close is $17. That's $4 income. Think about
Hmm.
that to your principal. Just like, oh, got 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. And like, look at this here. Like, whoever's trading this stuff, like, if my international brokers allow me to trade this stuff, I literally would just be waiting. Like, oh, okay, it's time to short. It's time to place another
Engineer
short.
says don't short it unless you want to pay the dividend.
I mean, dividends to me, like, I like dividends, but I like 9% dividends, 8% dividends, slow growth.
So I
This,
agree with him. Like, there's no like everything's fine right now. Andre had a lot of good points about. He had a lot of good counterpoints
TSO.
because I would say right now there's a lot of euphoria around
Right.
these funds, and
So,
it's just good to have things in perspective a bit. I'm not going to change anything I've done,
mm,
but it's good to have these things in mind.
you see Parker R says TSLY is not going to zero tomorrow, guys. So
Hmm.
what happens if it drops $5? Would you keep buying in? What happens if it did that 2 months in a row? Just like
So
five
for
dollars,
me, so
$5.
if it dropped if it dropped $5, I may actually buy more. If it did it 2 months in a row,
Yeah,
then I would not buy anymore.
because that's the argument that's possibly happening here. Like you have the highest level of negative volume. You have
And
this that can repeat.
this was the ex dividend day where this happened.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of people buying in because it was cheaper.
I would agree. If a lot of people are getting in on that cheaper amount, but why is your volume so negative? Somebody, I wish I could have this conversation with the person who put the order in. Like, hey, what was your thought process? Well, everyone's going for the ex-dividend. I'm sorry, everyone's going for the ex-dividend day. So they're just taking the dividend off the top. So the market's going to move down. Sounds like a good short.
Oh, I got grilled for buying into Clip. I bought into Clip for the dividend.
Oh, yeah. Actually, can we go into that? You don't mind?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just funny because I kept getting all these great comments about Clip and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'll throw a little bit at it. Like, what the heck? I wasn't really. Everybody was asking. Well, not everybody, but a few people said, "What was your thought process on Clip?" I just said, "I'll throw some money at it. You know, get the dividend, see what it does, because it might have recovered. I mean, I didn't buy in at the top. I bought in pretty much at the low point."
Wow, that's a beautiful chart. I mean, you guys got a lot more. Because, like, when I have a list of almost every ETF and ETN on my spreadsheets, and I look at it, almost all of them just say short during the look. We're having the same conversation that we had with TSLY and the other funds. Anything near these ex-dividend dates, short. The vectors are telling us to short. See, look at the movement from here. $23 down to $21.60. Where's the money at? Is it in buying or shorting?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, even if you are the best trader, most likely, if you're trading KLIP, you're losing money.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was telling you, that I think it's going to break this low. This low is going to be tested, and it's going to be sharply down.
Well, what I saw, I said, and I was telling the audience this too, I said, over 6 months or so, every month that the dividend paid out, it dropped almost proportionately. It actually dropped more than what the dividend was. But I'm like, all right, it seems like it might have bottomed out. Let's just see what it does. I just figured, let's throw some money at it, just see what it does. It can't hurt, you know?
I mean, and just look at this. Like, if you just take Andre's trading strategy and shorting near the dividend dates, near a vector. Remember I said a few minutes ago, vector, 2 candles after that, take a place of a short. Okay. See my vector, 2 candles later, take a short. See my candle, boom, I'm in the money. I'm up. You're up a lot when you come shorting this. I don't know how when it comes to puts, but if you put a whole bunch of puts right here, you're doing really good.
So one thing playing into China's in a recession right now, but like I agree, Alibaba, the Chinese version of Amazon, like all of that, I think is going to come back when China recovers.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting you bring that up. So there's 4 types of market crashes, right? You got hyperinflation, you have inflation, you have stagflation, you have deflation, right? So if we're in a deflation crash, then the world economy can recover back in a couple of years. But what I think that what's most likely going to happen out of all of them is stagflation, where everyone's going to be in this constant battle of inflation, and then basically their Federal Reserves are all printing massively, destroying the purchasing power. Because to me, the king dollar doesn't want to lose its spot, but BRICS and other nations want to take the dollar out. The only way for them to make their currencies better is basically reduce interest rates, right? That's because they have to reduce interest rates to build up that extra cash to get investors in, kind of like backward thinking. But if we end up in a stagflation, it's going to be very difficult for funds like these to survive. Do you think China can survive with the amount of printing they have? Have you seen like their debt clock information?
No, I haven't looked. It's weird how things are changing because China was like kicking our butt economically not too long ago, and I don't know.
Debt clock world.
I've tuned out of a lot of news and stuff lately.
Well, look at the debt clock, and I've examined these numbers when it comes to China, because remember the top 3 is America, China, Japan. Negative interest rates, really? Negative interest rates. Yeah.
Japan never recovered. Going back to like they had that lost decade and stuff, and they just never recovered.
Man. I'm happy you brought that up. Stagflation. Once a country goes into a stagflation, it takes years to get out. if America gets into stagflation, expect the entire economy to be jacked up because we can't afford our current debt right now.
Wow, we're at 32.5 trillion
Yeah.
almost. I just looked a couple
Mhm.
months ago and wow, it just keeps rolling. And then the GDP is 26 trillion.
So if we just break down China in more detail, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think China is going to enter in a deflation, most likely, or secondarily stagflation. But if the US goes into stagflation, it's going to take everyone with them. Because
Hmm.
America is basically most transactions deal with the dollar, and BRICS hasn't caught up further enough to replace it.
See, I think that, like I've been saying, the covered call strategy is always going to work with these funds. But what do you think? So we're in an inflationary environment right now, still,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So what would it take to go from an inflationary to a deflationary environment?
So, all for example, actually, I have to bring in the chart so I can read at the same time.
Hmm.
We got to go to micro strategies.
Because didn't we have after the big crash? We didn't have much inflation at all?
Oh, we did have inflation, though, in asset prices. Because remember,
Oh
everything
yeah,
dropped, right?
yeah.
And then,
But
like,
that was
precious metals.
great. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I would rather have that. I'd rather have my assets going up and then
Mhm.
prices for goods and services are cheap. You know.
But in the reverse end, we have President Biden controlling this, right? Because remember, his policies are controlling a lot of the inflation. Our inflation are not in asset prices that much. It's in food, it's in groceries, it's in energy. I
Right.
mean, it's hard for the Fed to control inflation in certain areas. They can have inflation, but inflation might go to consumer prices and nobody wins. I mean, I'm sorry, rich people will win, but the average person can't beat, was it $18 eggs that they had in California or
That
$7 a
was
gallon.
crazy. Yeah. I
I would
paid $9 for eggs out there for 18 of them. It was like 50 cents an egg.
yeah, and a lot of
Now
prices
they're
are
back to like $1 or something a dozen
yeah,
out here.
and that's a true test to see how much influence that the government has over our lives, where they can directly influence the markets to either be $10 eggs or $2 eggs.
I just feel like I mean it's surreal to me because it's like with inflation, like nobody really cares.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
It's like I'm the oddball. If I say something, I get called cheap or something. I'm like, does this not bother anybody else?
I would say this: they can't do it forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong website.
But like it sucks, not to get into a side discussion on inflation, but like you go out to eat and like everything's like almost double the cost. The service isn't as good. The menu is much simpler than it used to be. And like they don't even give you like they've cut back the portions and stuff. And it's like this is just okay. Like it
That's
sucks
called
to me.
shrinkflation.
Yeah.
Like
I just got
I got
a good example
Pringles.
today. Like I got a pizza from a place out here that I haven't been to since before inflation started kicking in, and it used to be so good. It's totally changed now. Like the quality of it, it's like totally gone downhill. Like I would never get another one, and it's higher than it used to be.
I
You know?
can't seem to. I would say with shrinkflation is. I mean, we all seen it in chips. We all seen it. Actually, we're the same age. Remember,
Yeah.
arcades used to cost 25 cents.
Yeah.
When you think arcade runs you like $1 now?
Right.
I can't find it. Oh, man, I hate talking without showing charts. It's like a big thing for me. But here, we just go to the dollar debt. The dollar
Wait,
is a
we've
lot
got
easier
two
to talk about.
Daryls on here now. Is this you're not the same? So there's Daryl Rubin and Daryl James. Oh, one with two R's. That's funny. We're starting to get two
Like
people of the same name. That's how you know the channel's growing, right? What did he say? Funds make money from calls and puts. JP headed TD Ameritrade on. Oh,
Andre doesn't know
you
what he's
got
talking
some
about.
critics here.
Oh, okay. Funds make money from calls and puts. Do they all?
Oh,
Andre
that's
doesn't
well
know what
referenced.
he is talking about. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at some evidence, or look at the chart, or look at any chart. Why do these high income strategies all? I mean, like we just Google it. High income strategy ETFs. Let's go through all of them to see where their general direction is happening. If they're all heading to a similar direction, what is the overall direction of the owners? Do they want it to go up or down? Well, to me, they're going
Yeah.
to take the best profit, the easiest marker. If everyone's buying, not everyone can buy. Like it doesn't make sense to me. If everyone's going to buy here, it is known that, hey, the market can only do this for so long before there's a massive push down.
Oh, this is a funny comment here. Someone says they trust Xi Jinping more than Biden, and I think that means Trump.
Well, I trust the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is going to be the interest of saving
the
their
Federal
own.
Reserve? Did I just hear you say that?
Yeah, the Federal Reserve is in business of saving the Federal Reserve. So.
Oh yeah, well that's why I say it's like, what's that? The implicit put, the Fed put. So basically, that's why I say, like, honestly, I agree with a lot of your thought process on the economy and all of that. Like, I agree with all that stuff, like the way they manipulate the currency and all that. But if they're going to do that, it's like, okay, you know the game is rigged, but play the game anyway. Make money. You know, you've got to, making money is the key, right? So
yeah, I agree.
If they're gonna create quantitative easing, if they're gonna, you know, and they're gonna do that, they're gonna be doing that again soon. They'll be cutting rates. All the market indices are gonna go skyrocket up again. So you might as well participate in it. Just try to time it, because there will be a crash one day, I would think, you know.
Yeah, but as they keep kicking the can down the road, all it's going to do is make all those gains that we just made and talked about worth nothing. Because they're going to jack up the economy so much that there is nothing. Like, yeah, here's oil, right? Oil to me is, I trade oil on a daily basis. When oil went negative 40 almost, right? How does that make sense? Make that make sense, right?
Right.
If we compare, if we start comparing this, remember when Biden was saying that, hey, we need to make oil prices lower, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, it's time to short. The banks are with us. Like, I agree with you that we have to follow the trend, because if they want the prices to go lower, they're going to make them lower. But when I see TSLY is not big enough player. Like, if we look at the backing of, you know, the biggest players in TSLY, like here, we'll just look it up. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Andre's wrong, which I don't mind being wrong. I don't see any big players reporting that they're in TSLY, you know?
I kind of agree with the biggest comment. You're supposed to, like, you know, get out of things at the right time.
That's hard. I mean, look at 2007. Everyone thought real estate was going to keep booming.
Yeah. I remember I had one economics teacher in high school that said things were going to crash.
Yeah. I mean, we're at a position now, like, if we just go to the S&P 500, let's look at the S&P. Here, look at the basically in Forex we call it US 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can this keep on going up? And if it does go up, does it mean you're making money? So here's S&P 500. If the S&P 500 goes from current 4,300 up to 5,000, just say it hits 5,000, okay? Does that mean you're in profit? If prices go up proportionally or higher, which they possibly might do, because look, if S&P 500 goes up, but gas prices go up, that means food prices go up.
You're talking real versus nominal price increases. So, like, you want a real return. Like, your nominal return could be 12%, but if inflation is 10%, your real return's only 2%. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I think that we're going to be in this possibility. I think we're going to be getting into this odd markets. That's why. That's why I started talking to you about my fund, because I think this is where the people are going to be missing the big moves at. Everyone's going to be jumping into this trade. I'm currently trading S&P 500. I'm buying all throughout this chart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm doing what you're saying. I agree that we have to follow the money, but I know that it can't be done forever.
What's your fund going to be in? Or can you say?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be mainly in precious metals as an underlying asset.
Mm-hmm.
But outside the underlying asset, I'll be buying all asset classes, from stocks, dividend, mainly when it comes to income part, we have dividend stocks.
But it would be anchored by precious metals.
Correct. Physical precious metals.
I would probably buy some, because I want to diversify, you know, like, because I don't have any of that right now.
And the caveat is all controlled by robots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you guys do not know, I trade mainly by automation. I don't trade my hand that much anymore.
Do you have like your annual return? Like, do you
For
keep?
some
Yeah.
robots I do.
Okay.
Some robots I don't even close out the positions. I have to wait. There's a couple of rules to them.
Some of the audience is teasing you.
Andre to the moon.
Inverse, Andre.
Inverse on. Hey, if you want to, here, I'll show you guys a good stock.
Oh, look who showed up. Hang on. Join Jen showed up.
Here. I actually SLVO. Actually, I'm happy we're talking about this. Remember, we had our conversation a few days ago. I talked about this stock right here.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is an ETN. It's a high yield ETN in silver, right? So for me, I was telling them this. I wanted to compare the differences of buying a high yield, because remember, this is a cover call strategy, right? Very similar to what you guys are in. But instead of being Tesla, it's stocks. I'm sorry, Tesla, it's silver. So when it comes to this, I started buying all the dips, and I'm super negative on this when it comes to buying all the dips. But my other portion was I shorted every major candle, and I ended up making more money shorting. And I kept on doing this when it comes to all these other funds, like GLDO.
Oh yeah.
Man, I feel so old going over this stuff.
Someone unsubscribed from me.
Why would they do that? Dude, like this is like one of the best channels. People talking about real finance and not showing Lamborghinis and necklaces.
Right. Yeah.
Andre, are you sure that that's just not going down because it's ran by Credit Suisse?
Oh, I mean, one. You know, it's funny. The one fund that I didn't mention.
Oh, let's look at it.
APLY. That's like one of the more. It's like less volatile. The dividend's not as good, but yeah, it's that's I haven't gotten into that. I'm only in TSLY.
Ooh, look at this. How long has it been out?
Oh, it's been out a couple months.
Wow, look at these marks. It's gonna fill. I mean, I like this right there. Dang. This is a solid buy right here to push it up. But if 3 is the number. There's
solid buy?
No, I like this solid buy right here. It's really
cool. Okay.
Give me a second. I'm actually seeing how I would trade it.
Mm-hmm.
You go to daily? I mean, I'm not a bearish guy when it comes to overall market, but I just know that when it comes to trading, if everyone's doing the same thing, I typically don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know that everyone's doing the same thing? If I type in YieldMax into YouTube, everyone's talking about buying.
Right.
But then if I you know, like I said, a good example, being from Vegas, what's the house doing?
Always wins, right?
Yeah, I'm a total return fan. I'm buying at APLY tomorrow. Well, my computer's slow, so let me bring it up.
So everyone thinks you're going to buy Apple tomorrow now.
Who, me?
Yeah. Oh, there's one called YTSL. That's another one for growth.
Wow, look at that.
That's true. So the YieldMax thing, so I've known about it probably for like 4 months, and it's kind of, I like it. I mean, it's helped blow up the channel for sure. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like
at one point, I thought some of my videos were ranking for it, but now I see that other channel, that UWI channel, which I hear he wants to come on. We're still working on that.
Hey, isn't it interesting that, let's just compare. If you took off the name, could you compare this to a cryptocurrency? How volatile, how they spike up when they first come out?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh,
the engineer said this twice now. Yeah, so don't short it because you'll be the one paying the dividend. Basically, that kind of seems to make sense.
You'll pay the dividend. I mean, how do I say this? If we go back to TSLY somewhere, give me a second. My computer is on like super slow. Even if you're paying the dividend, I mean, like if you look at this dividend right here, right? The dividend's over here. Look at the short. Look at the amount of your earning in your short position versus the dividend over here. The dividend is only paying you, what the hell is it? Like $1 something, or was it 10 cents? What's earned more? The short position down or the dividend? I mean, it's just basic math. If you have one share and you're only earning X per share, but you're earning a high leverage for the short, the money to me is being made on the short than the long.
Well, if the price can stay stable, it's like QYLD. That was the big buzz a year ago. But if the dividend pays consistently and the fund doesn't fluctuate too much, then it's okay. Then you're kind of like at an SVOL situation.
I mean, every fund that you have told me so far, they're not. All of them are fluctuating. They're not. These are not small movements. They're very, very big. Like KLIP is a great example of which one will make more money. If you have to look at Clip, shorting it or the dividend, which one made more money?
Oh, short and Clip, I would say.
Okay, let's look at TSLY. If you are a perfect shorter versus a perfect person in dividends, which one made more money? If you're 100% perfect, let's say, perfect on all entries, which you think could have made more money, shorting it or dividends?
From the beginning?
Yeah, from the very beginning.
Shorting?
I mean, remember, these are not my stocks that I would typically buy, but if I'm looking at it like this, I would typically aim all my robots and all my trading strategies just for shorting it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not talking a far distance. This is like last year, December. So we're not talking like months.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the next couple months, TSLY goes up to $22. You know what?
Well, I mean, think about, so if Tesla goes up, if Tesla somehow gets back to 1,000, then this fund is going to go up, you know?
Yeah. But if they don't, because I don't see stocks going up until quarter three, end of quarter three, or like that transition, quarter three, quarter four.
Well, we're already on, we're on a bullish run again in the NASDAQ, the S&P. I mean, I don't know, are we officially back in a bull market again? Because, I mean, look at how much the NASDAQ and the S&P are up.
Here, let's look at that right quick. I think, how do I go back to this? Let's go to the NASDAQ. And that's a good. Actually, the Russell 2000 is a little bit better. Do they follow the Russell 2000, or do you guys prefer the NASDAQ?
You know, the Russell, I've been waiting for small caps to like take off for years. They had like one really good year, and they haven't done shit, honestly, since then. I was in a Russell 2000 fund in the 401k, and it didn't do squat.
Look at that. I mean, we have because I see the Russell 2000 is to me a better estimation of the economy than the Dow.
What I see happening on a surface level, not to get into any technicalities or anything, but so we're going into 2024. Like I keep saying, everybody knows what that is. And, at some point we're going to be cutting interest rates again, and inflation will be coming down. Everything's going to be looking good, at least, That's what I feel like is going to happen. So it'll be a good time probably to invest,
Oh, actually, I'm happy you brought that up. So I agree that they're going to cut interest rates. I agree that the Federal Reserve is going to kick in. But if we look at the Fed's balance sheet, right, and we compare it to the markets, for example, years ago, if the Fed printed $1 million, the market moved a whole bunch more. As they keep on printing, the market moves less.
It's plateauing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it possible that their movement doesn't beat this high? I think it's going to go up. I agree, but it's going to take a lot more cash.
Less and less.
IWR shows the real economy. Let's look that up. IWR. Ooh, I mean, I'm looking at my robots right now. They're all buying. Like everything is buying. I agree on the direction, but I know how it can't last forever. I think we're on one of our last legs before the market starts really getting punished. I don't care who's president, but whoever the president is, they're going to make the markets look gorgeous for that election period. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Actually, whoever wins is either going to be a small move or a big move. Like if President Biden wins again, hypothetically speaking. I think the market will probably be way bigger than if another president won.
You think it will go up more with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
President Biden will have more influence in the market just because of the amount of backers he'll have.
The amount of what?
Backers. Well, Humberson have BlackRock. So BlackRock's with them. Like, if I look at the amount of money that will follow President Biden, it will be insane amount of war stocks.
Truest comment of the day.
What is it? In
hindsight, everyone's perfect.
Punish goes up after rates. Dollar drops hard. Actually, if you guys looked at the dollar purchasing power chart, that's actually, I'm happy. Your audience is freaking geniuses, man. Like, not like
they are, and we're on the same page a lot of times.
The dollar purchasing power chart, I don't know how much lower it can go, but it is going to be insane. Let me start Xing. As we use StreamYard, my computer goes slower and slower for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what the engineer is saying. So I think when we're saying Biden, we're not saying like he's calling the shots. It's just it's his name because he's
correct.
There.
Yeah. I agree with that because
if
we look, because I think Biden has a lot more pull when it comes to.
What's your take? So the 4 years that Trump was there, the market did really well. I mean, consistently did really well. What's your take on that? Was it anything attributable to him?
How do I say this? President Trump had a good market, but we traded financial gains for our freedoms. So market went up, we made a lot of money, but we traded a lot of negatives for that. Like, I couldn't measure that as a fair estimation of people making money. Like, when it comes to President Trump's being in office, I did make more money. But when I look at like everyone else around, the economy was in a lot worse position, because of, how do you say that word without saying it? The jab.
Well, everything was going well until the pandemic, but the market came right back. And I'm not saying one way or another. But like, I feel like, all right, we didn't have inflation back then. We didn't have all this crazy prices and stuff. I feel like the economy overall was better. I mean, my 401k did like 35% a year for those 3 years in a row. And it was like consistent. It wasn't like this volatility. Last year was one of my worst years investing. I was down like in everything. And this year it's coming back this year, but it was crazy last year. Like, you couldn't do anything right. It's like, I was doing options. I was down in my options. I was doing my covered calls. I blew some of those up, got called out of stuff. And then it's like, all right, I guess you just sit there and just let your cash lose 9% in value. Ooh. So it's like, I mean, just nothing. It's like you couldn't do anything the way the market was last year. But no, those 4 years, I mean, for me as an investor, like, those are the best 4 years of my investing life. Yeah,
I would say this. If since even with those good gains, I mean, have you measured your purchasing power during that time frame? Like,
it didn't drop too much. I mean, we had like, I feel like we had maybe 1 or 2% inflation each year in those years, which is normal. You're going to have some normal inflation. That's just the nature of the beast. That's the type of economy we have. But having like 8 or 9% is just insane.
I mean, like, President Biden became president. I mean, when he became president, look at the chart. Like, look at I'm not saying he's a bad or good president. I want to keep my opinion out of that a little bit. But the dollar has been doing horrible since he became president.
Mm-hmm. No, I just, like I said, and I've said this, I have no problem saying this. I feel like things were better under Trump.
I do. I would say this.
And I'm not saying that to say one way or another, but I feel like things were better under Trump overall.
I think Trump's a C. Like, I'd grade him, he's a C, and Biden's like
an F.
I wish I can give him an F. That's like gratitude. Like
F plus.
Give me 1 second. What time is it in New York? Okay.
There's no one out there, though, that really says, oh, he's doing a great job and stuff. I mean, you may get 1 or 2 people. They're like the cheerleaders, I guess. And
I would say the only thing that President Biden has done really good at really, really good, like amazing, is dividing.
Oh,
Dividing individuals. I mean,
yeah.
I don't like when people say like, I don't like when a president goes up on the stage and say, "Hey, MAGA, 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 it's all your fault."
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. There's no two Americas. There's just one America.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like it's never going to be a united country again. Like, I feel like 9/11, we had a little bit of unity for like 6 months, but we'll never see that again.
oh man, I would say if the media stopped freaking just chilled out for like a month, like, hey, media, just only do things that are positive for like a good month, please.
My best advice to anyone, and I've done this myself, just back off of news. Go out in the real world, talk to real people, and a lot of what the media portrays isn't true,
Yeah.
Just focus on I'll focus on news that's gonna make me money, like investing news and whatnot. But I don't even watch like the business channels anymore. Like during the day, I've tuned it out,
We need an RFK Jr.
RFK Jr.
I would say I like him because he's in good shape.
He makes
Like
some good points, yeah.
When he's doing push-ups, like, oh my god, I don't want to go into that, but when you look at the leaders of America, you see like our health, our health. What's that guy? Is a meme. Basically, all our leaders in America look very unattractive, but for some reason, the RFK is old, in shape, not saying about the jabs. Like it's kind of like and he's a Democrat, which is kind of weird.
Like a classic Democrat. All right, we got a super chat finally.
Woo!
All right. Oh, he likes RFK. Well, good for you. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Are HITI stores in Canada? Hitty?
Oh, you know what? What is your take on margin? I've been meaning to ask you about that. So a lot of people invest on margin. I don't. But what's your take on that?
I would say this. For me, I prefer, like, if you had a portfolio, the majority of it should not be margin at all. Like, I would say Forex to me, I am 1 to 300, 1 to 100. It's like margin.
That other channel, that UWI channel that basically covers the same stuff as me, and we've been in talks for him to come on, or for us to do a joint session. He does a lot of margin. So I wanted us to have a debate about margin and stuff like that, because I have a couple accounts that have margin, but I don't really use the margin, because don't they charge you an interest rate and stuff to borrow on margin?
Yeah, I love that. That's the best stuff in the world.
Really?
Like,
because it's a low rate. It's a low rate, and you can use what?
Actually, here, let me show you guys this. Here, let me show you my trading screen real quick.
Yeah. So you're saying that's a good thing. So like the low rate.
I love it. Like,
really? Okay.
I absolutely, like, without it, I would go bonkers.
So explain that to me, because I don't understand. I'm kind of stubborn. I'm very like debt averse. I don't like to pay interest rates at all, and I know probably it's stupid in some ways.
Well, this is going to be a little bit off topic, guys, when it comes to like stocks. But this is like the best way I like about interest rates. Okay.
Yeah.
Or I'm not interest rates, margin. My bad. Specification. Okay, here we go. So I'm trying to minimize my trading screen so I don't show you guys much. Here we go. So here's my trading screen right here. Okay. One of my accounts. All right.
Oh, you've got to switch over because you're sharing the same chart you have. You've got to switch to that screen.
Oh, such an annoying thing.
I know. I do that sometimes the whole time, and I forget I'm not even on the screen I'm talking about.
Okay, share window. Share this one.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. So margin in Forex is necessary. You cannot trade at all international currencies, or I'm sorry, currencies in general, without margin. Just unless you have like a super account. Like we're talking multi-millions. I don't think they can say it. It's all right. It's not ready yet. Swap long 0. It's like my internet connection is like 0.
Huh. Oh, here it comes. Here you go.
Here you go. Trade, show trade, specification. Even here's not showing. That's crazy. I gotta check my internet connection again. Actually, let's try US 500. Okay, cool. You see this right here? This is just an example. So with margin allows, basically you can do longs and shorts, right? That's the only way to short the markets, short anything with margin. I mean, you can short with like leverage, reverse or inverse ETFs, but besides that, if you are shorting, right, that margin, what I like about it and that leverage, what it gives you is interest rates, interest. So in Forex, we get paid daily interest. So on stocks, you guys get a monthly dividend, a quarterly dividend, annual dividend. In Forex, we get a daily dividend. And I love that because you can be earning $10 a day off of one position, $100 a day off of one position.
Yeah.
So the more margin that we can get into, the more debt that we can get into, the more we can make daily. Like, I absolutely love getting into these type of high leverage trades. There is a lot of risk.
So you do like to invest on margin?
Oh, I absolutely do. I trade by robots for that reason, because you can be earning. So for example, when it comes to dividends, the reason why, if you guys ask me like why I like dividends, why I like lower dividends, is because one, they're steady. But when it comes to Forex, I love high risky dividends because you get paid daily. Oh my gosh, it is.
Oh, you can negotiate margin rates if your account is big enough, like 250K. They can raise it though. You may get more. So see, that's exactly my concern. So I'll give you a real world example. So a year ago, I was playing around with covered calls and whatnot, and I blew up some positions, and a couple of them I was doing spread trades, and I ended up getting into the stock because the option expired in the money, and I didn't have enough money in the account, like cash wise, to buy in. So it ended up triggering margin.
Oh.
And I was kind of like, I don't really want to do that. So I was wondering, like, when it buys on margin like that, if you move the cash into the account the next day because you bought on margin, does that position stay on margin and you pay a fee for it?
If you're running out of cash, they're going to send you a letter or an email or a message saying that, hey, you're going to have to refund your account, or you're going to close the position lower.
Well, no, it happened so quick. Like, I had enough margin to cover it, but I moved the cash over because I didn't realize the option expired in the money. So then once an option expires in the money, you get assigned, which means I had to buy like 100 shares of AT&T, which is a shitty stock anyway. So I had to buy more of it. Margin Call. Sorry, Let's Take Your House. That's a great movie. Have you ever watched that movie, Margin Call? Yeah, I was just talking to a friend about that the other day. It's a great movie. And I can tell you, working for a big firm, that's exactly how it happens when they cut people. They give them a box and walk you out, basically.
Man. To be Margin
That's a great movie. Like, the one guy that they cut, they had to bring him back because he knew what he was doing. And he's like, oh, yeah.
It's actually interesting. We go back to the previous conversation about me shorting all those high yield dividend. I can get margin called if it bounces the wrong direction.
Yeah. Yep.
It's possible, but I haven't been margin called in like 8 years of like trading with leverage, with leverage in general. Because I mean, it just, I don't know.
It's worth the rate for the margin, basically.
Yeah, because like we get paid so much in interest when it comes to Forex or just like international stocks that like our daily income. Here, I should have talking about. Where's pound?
Okay, the screen went black, so I moved it.
Give me a second. And this is something that's only in Forex. Like, I don't know if this is in options because I don't trade options. Do you guys get daily interest into your account? Is that possible?
You can get daily, like if you're short a position, you can collect the time decay, which can be like daily interest.
What was it?
Yeah, I remember what she's saying. There's these crazy stories that happen on Wall Street bets. Sometimes, and I noticed this too when I was placing some risky options trades. they make it too easy to place trades, and it's like you can do like I had that happen. I did a stupid trade with Mercado Libre last year, and I did videos on all these, but before I had the audience I have now, I would only get like 50 views maybe. So it's a great video, but nobody's really watched it. But I did all these like I did a spread trade on Mercado Libre, and the stock moved up so much, like I almost couldn't afford to buy back and get out of the position, and it freaked me out. I was like, what am I going to do if this thing moves up too high and I can't afford to buy it back? And then I get assigned. There's no way I have that much money in the account because I was doing a poor man's covered call, basically. So it's like, there's no way I have the money in the account to cover this if it keeps moving up, you know? It was scary.
Interesting. I mean, so the possibility, how much risk are people actually measuring when they're doing when they're trading options? Do you think many people are measuring it out? Like,
I think people get excited because they watch videos on YouTube. They see what the big guns are doing on YouTube, and that's not always true, as we know. Like you've said, they see the Lambos, they see the girls, you know, they see all this stuff in the background, and they want to be that way. So it lures them in, and they take these risky trades, and they don't really know what they're doing. They just say, I got to do this now. Like it's that FOMO, fear of missing out.
Ugh.
And that's what I think happens. So you have a lot of unqualified people trading, and they make dumb decisions like that.
Oh my gosh. Like if this, oh man, it can actually get really bad. Because if you're trading options and it does reverse Andre, no, futures settle at the end of.
Yeah, he answered your question.
Andre, no, futures settle at the. Futures settle at the end of every day. Options don't. Okay, I don't trade options. I'm aware of it. Andre, are trading risk making 50% yield? Are trades risky if we're making 50% yields? What do you think? 50% yield? I mean,
what like TSLY, like where we are right now?
Making 50%? Where's the price?
Actually, if you annualize it, you know what? I can show my dividends again to the audience. So if you annualize, it's like a 70% yield right now.
70%.
So I tell you what. So the next $20 super chat, I'll show my account. How's that?
$100.
Yeah. I know the record was like I was surprised. Like people really opened up last time. It's like I make a joke. It's like the person that plays their guitar. Like you leave some sporting event or something. There's somebody sitting out on the sidewalk playing the guitar, and they have a tip jar.
In a second, or I'm talking to Join Gen, not Join Gen. Oh man, you're TSLY 70K. I mean KLIP to me. Do you think is a good strategy for like? Would you recommend a big company buying into KLIP?
Oh, that's what you were saying. Big players typically don't buy in.
But why is that? Why don't big players enter into these funds?
It's a good question.
So lucrative.
Well, isn't it because it's a derivative? It's a derivative of a derivative, right? So it's probably too risky for them to enter into.
If it's too risky remember the people who make the money in the markets are big institutions, banks. If they don't think it's a good way of investing, shouldn't that?
Good question. It's a good question for sure.
KLIP are negative, so why do we keep talking about it? Because I think KLIP is a mirror for the rest of them. I think the majority will be doing the same thing. I mean, we can look it up. Like maybe I'm wrong.
I normally don't do this, but I just got excited because the audience was talking about. I did a live stream on a Monday night, and it just happened to be the night before the dividend was declared, and they got me all excited. I'm like, all right, I'll throw like 1,000 at it, get some dividend.
I mean, I'm gonna Google this. I mean, I would make it so easy on myself. Was Google high yield dividend stocks or ETFs, ETNs? Build a massive list. put it
Oh,
onto an
Join
Excel
Jen
spreadsheet.
says big players do not buy small funds. They can totally move the share price. That is true. They're a market mover in that situation,
Yeah,
right?
they're a market mover. But if this thing
Hmm.
performs so good, why wouldn't they take the? Why would they get their regular income? A
Yeah.
big player enters in a small pool because it pays really good. Maybe these people, like, if we start breaking it down, I think the reason why they avoid it because it doesn't make money.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe the dividend yield does pay out that good, but when I start breaking things down, like, man, I rather take that short than that long.
Hmm.
I'll build this out right now. I'm gonna open up an Excel spreadsheet. I'll get every high income dividend and see which ones are profitable.
That'd be great. And then we can do a follow-up.
What would happen hypothetically? Just say like 80 to 90%. Just say they're all underwater. Would that still disturb people from TSLY? They'll be like, no, TSLY is different.
Right. That's just, I think there's some psychology involved in that.
I mean, like,
I
it's
mean,
funny
worse
when I
comes to worse, like, because like I said, this is the main thing that's like grown my channel. So
mm,
maybe over time, just grow the channel enough, and then, you know, if
yeah,
these
I
funds
understand that
fizzle
growing the
out, yeah.
because we talked about this off camera. Like,
Hmm.
if I start talking about YieldMax, would I get more attention? That's possible,
That's what I
but
was telling you.
I don't.
What I said like a month
Yeah,
ago. I said just start talking about dividend stuff.
like I can talk about it, but like it'd be me. I don't want to say I'm shitting on them. This is something I don't personally do because if I break the way I see the numbers, I just see them all going down.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like this. Andre says short most of the YieldMax stocks. Well, so far you would be in profit from the beginning.
You could do that though. You could talk about
Mm.
like dividend funds, and then you could be someone that shorts them, and you would still get the audience from the dividends, but you would have an alternate approach.
Yeah, I mean, I see I get pushback on here, but
Oh, that's
it just
nice
like,
of you.
yeah, if I ask the audience, do they short stocks? I would say
Uh,
it's probably very low percentage.
So maybe show me how much you appreciate me. I'll pull up my account if I get one more super chat. I'll pull up my account.
Okay, I'm actually. Do you short? Have you shorted stocks often?
Not often. Just I've done some options plays where I short stuff. I'm kind of afraid of it.
Yeah, I'm very happy you brought that up. Most of my clients, if we talk about shorting stocks, it's something that they never do. They just like, I just rather buy the dip because
Hmm.
shorting seems like there's so much risk into it. But for me, like, it's done so much. Like, I buy and short so often that it's like I like shorting because it's so fast. You know,
Hmm. I like how they're calling Robinhood Rob the Hood. It's funny.
Robinhood's a really good app. I like it.
Yeah.
I
I
like
think I got
selling
a
my
free
order
stock
flow.
on there.
Who likes selling that order flow? I do.
Yeah. I heard there's another YouTuber that I saw something that he said about the FIRE movement. So of the FIRE movement, I'm focused. I agree 100% with what he said. He said, I'm focused on the first two letters, the F and the I, financially independent, not so much retiring early.
Mm.
Because if you like what you do, you just keep doing it. Or if you're self-employed, you just keep doing it. But focus on the first two letters, financially independent. So
I mean, it
generating
takes
that income,
a long
more
time.
so.
Like I've been out of a job for like 7, 8 years,
Yeah.
and I tell you, like, structuring it, the amount of cash you have to have, like building your own portfolio, doing
Hmm.
everything outside of the normal job. I would actually prefer having a job sometimes because
Yeah.
it's so much more. I mean, in the beginning stages, later on, right now, there's no way.
That's fine. Most of my audience doesn't work either because I can do a middle of the day live stream and I get like 50 people on.
Nice.
I'm
Here,
just kidding. Like they,
I'm gonna
a lot of people work from home and stuff. I've made that joke a couple times.
here. I'm gonna put this on a to-do list. I'm gonna do this maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video about shorting all these things.
Yeah.
Make a video of why you shouldn't buy these for the dividends.
Yeah. That would be
Maybe
good.
maybe APLY because
The most
it's
stable of the three.
the most stable. But the rest of them, hands over fist, I think you'd be better off shorting them.
Mm-hmm.
But I may be wrong. It's all hindsight since I have to refer to the past. I would have to show something, a live example of it.
Right.
Let me see.
I'm tempted. I have a copy trade person. There aren't as many of them lately, but I have one person that consistently messages me. And they tried to call me from Facebook. I'm tempted to just call them and try to get them on real quick.
It'd be nice to talk to one of these copy trade people. I mean,
these people don't give up. It's incredible. Like, I feel like, no offense to salespeople, I've been in sales myself, but some salespeople are so manipulative, and I've been burned by salespeople before. Like, they don't give up. Like, I told this guy, I said, come on the podcast. My idea, I was going to have you grill him, but I said, come on the podcast. Tell us how good your product is. I'm sure it's great. Just come on. And he wouldn't do it. He goes, well, I'm just too busy to do that. I said, oh, okay, but you're not too busy to chat with me, right? I'm one person. You have the chance to talk to a combined 3,000 audience or more, 4,000 almost. But so you're too busy to do that, but you're not too busy to chat with me one-on-one, And then so after that, he kind of backed off, but then a week or so goes by, and then he comes back again. And it's like, so if these people, it's like, if you're so great, if you're selling so much, like, why do they keep chasing me?
I wonder how much they get from the commissions, how much their commission is.
Yeah.
Andre, you can come to car accidents with me and fight fires for $20 an hour. Would stay with you your smart plays with the markets. The grass is always
we have a couple of like first responders type people, firefighters and stuff in the audience.
I mean, when you can come to car accidents and fight fires.
Is that all that pays? I thought firefighters made more than that.
I mean, how much is me? When I was in the military, I think we averaged out like $8-9 an hour.
Really?
Yeah. That's
crazy. Someone defending our country, like, and then you've got people that are, sitting at home making a lot more.
Yeah. You don't join the military to get rich.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. You gotta be an officer. Long time.
How do the people become like the generals?
Generals.
I feel like some of the generals, like on TV, like they don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like,
I would say dealing with officers is a lot more political than I can handle. I can't handle politics.
Yeah.
And officers, they have a different mindset completely. Like, it's like officers to me, being one is like, it's so hard to get to that status and keeping that responsibility.
But like our top generals, like the people that become like defense secretary or some leadership at the Pentagon, I listen to press conferences and whatnot, and I'm like, what are these people doing? Like, I'm not a military strategist, but these people, they broadcast everything they're going to do, and they sound completely incompetent.
It is. I mean, it'd be interesting. It's hard to talk about. Like, it's hard to talk about strategy when the news is running. If I have I've been to war 3 times, or war zones 3 times.
Yeah.
And if we had to talk about it, one, it's classified, like what we're doing. But you would have to be, like, if I'm talking as a general, they probably speak in such generalities, and possibly dumb it down for people to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then possibly not do that at all. Like, I wonder if they say what they see on the TV, but not even do that at all. But for Texas, actually here.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for your service.
A Vietnam.
Oh, you saying someone else?
Here. So I got a to-do list for you. I'm sorry. I got a to-do list. I'm gonna create a spreadsheet on all the high income dividends and measure what's happening to them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider as high yield?
Oh, anything above like 10%.
So over 10%. Let's see. So I'm going to create a spreadsheet measuring high yield dividends over 10% and measure from the IPO date to the current price to see what would be better, buying the dividend or shorting.
What was the question? Sorry.
That's okay. So basically, I'm going to comprise a list of all the high yield dividends, 10% above, and to compare from IPO or inception to current price, which was better, buying or shorting?
I'm gonna say probably shorting.
Ooh. I would assume, like, I'm just guessing right now, but after looking at my own list, like, it just, like, when I look at my spreadsheets, it just says short, 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 long, 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 or neutral. It's possible that maybe I think that the only thing that will change the factor is the end of this year. I think end of this year, the markets might reverse.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But then in like 4 years, I'll be right.
Yeah. You'll be right eventually.
You can see, Andre, many of these covered calls, ETS, have different underlying mechanics, okay? It would be interesting to see if one type of covered call strategy ends up being better than others. Or, I mean, it's possible that they're different and which ones are better, or they're typically doing what I was saying. They are, trading with their call strategy, but their overall direction is shorting. So they're typically shorting the markets as much as possible to gain that loss or that gain, if you want to put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have a biased way of thinking.
I didn't hear this actually. Somebody saying they changed the name of Fort Hood Friday.
They did?
I wasn't even
What?
following that. To Fort Cavazos.
After the first Latino 4-star general? What the hell
I
does
didn't
that
know
mean?
that. That's interesting.
Why does that mean anything?
I don't know. I didn't know they changed the name of it.
When I was in the military, this is like the one thing I just absolutely despised and hated. Why the hell do I care about the first black or first Spanish person? I don't care about the race.
The name of the fort.
Yeah, it's like just
Yeah.
tell me how good of a person this is. Like,
Yeah.
can he lead? Is he good at his job? Like,
right.
But the whole race thing, like, man, I got actually, it's funny. On my channel, I got more attention about race than I did about economy. So when I talked about Black Lives Matter in a couple videos, I got like way more attention than I did when I talked about what's happening today.
I think she's right. I think Hood was a Civil War, like a Confederate general. I think that's probably why. Like a lot of the forts in the South, they're changing the names. Yeah, because some of them were like Confederate generals. They spent like $100 million to do that too. I think
$100 million to
great use of taxpayer money.
Oh, my soul! Like, who's paying for this?
You look at the debt clock, and that's where a lot of our money goes. Let's change the names of stuff that might be offensive. Man,
I mean, being offensive is not that. Oh my God, my head hurts when I hear stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like the whole politically correct talk.
Yeah,
it does get me mad, but I just can't do the whole race thing. Like I made a video about Black Lives Matter, and I just get pissed off when I talk about them because they just keep pulling the black card, and I'm like, I'm one of the least race-based persons. I almost never talk about it. I think it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
we're all the same race.
Yeah, like outside the media, it doesn't.
The media pushes that stuff hard.
Oh yeah.
They
want to link to your channel so they can subscribe to you.
I sent it to you guys, Andre J. McClendon, on there. I think. Maybe it didn't work. I think it didn't work.
Oh, you know what? Links have a hard time, but just look up your name.
Yeah, if you just type Andre McClendon into Google, you'll see that. But
yeah,
we have. I'll say our style is very different. Like, who are
have you picked up subscribers from my channel?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Actually, let me check if we have any subscribers that match or on the same channel. Because it's interesting. Our topics that we go into are very similar and different. We're both in economy or finance, but we differ on the extremes.
Yeah.
I was it more programming and cryptocurrency videos.
Well, there was more stuff. Like I always say, there's a lot more stuff I'd like to talk about, but if I'm going to keep this thing going, I kind of need views, So it's like if I can't really talk about budgeting or compound interest and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I have to talk about like this dividend stuff. So I still every now and then I'll say, all right, I'm going to do a credit card video or I'm going to do an option video. And you can clearly see like the option video gets like a tenth of the views that the
Oh,
dividend video gets.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then you feel like crap. Like it's just I know exactly where you're at too, because when I make a video about precious metals, I'm like, it's not gonna do that good, but I want to talk about it.
So good, engineer. So come on the channel then. How about
I
that?
will talk about hunting for.
Oh, I think he doesn't want to show his face or something.
Oh,
That's okay. We can set up one of those just, audio only.
what? Oh, on XRP, we got a cryptocurrency guy. That's like my specialty.
Yeah, I have XRP. I have XRP too.
So my best, the one, how do I go into this? XRP was talking about the pros and cons. What I love about XRP is that it's hard to get for Americans, right? I love that part because most people can't buy into XRP anymore. They can't get it off the big, they can't get off of Coinbase. They can't get it off of Robinhood or Webull. So if you buy XRP like most people did before their government issue, to me is valuing better. XRP is better than most cryptos. It's fast. Oh man, their what's another gas fees? Their fees overall are very cheap. Like XRP is one of my favorite cryptos. Versus what is it? My next one, it's XRP, Hedera, and then Dash are my favorite ones.
I think I hold Chainlink, XRP. I got into some Dogecoin like 2 years ago, and then some Bitcoin, like a fractional share of Bitcoin. But there's another, by the way, there's this ETF called BITO, BITO, that is for Bitcoin. I might get into some of that. I think that's a better play than the Bitcoin.
Oh, actually, here, let me see. Let me show you something kind of crazy about Bitcoin. Remember we were talking about margin and the fees? I want to show you my fees. I buy Bitcoin, and my fees are insane buying this crap, man. Like, I pay a daily fee for owning Bitcoin. Every single day I pay a fee. And
Really?
that's a negative when buying anything on margin. You pay a daily fee if it has a negative swap.
Oh
my god,
XRP was my best cryptocurrency, but remember it got delisted. So I still have it on Coinbase. I don't know how to get it out of there. I just leave it alone.
But I got positions. All right, let me show this. I got positions on Bitcoin at 19,000, 18,000, 20,000. I've been constantly buying Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Dollar
yeah.
cost. I have a friend that does that too.
But you guys are probably buying with cash. I'm buying on margin, and my fees are super duper high. Like I got fees, a couple $100 just owning like a micro share of Bitcoin. But
yeah, that's like what mine is, a fractional share.
I thought about my girlfriend trading 1 week on Dogecoin. What does Andre think about BITO THB BITO?
Yeah, that's what I was just asking you about.
Let's check it out. Man, I can't wait I hope Bitcoin hits 100K this time. Oh yeah, I'm in it. I'm not missing this time.
Right. Yeah, because it's gonna, what do they call it? The crypto halving.
I think the only reason why it's hitting 100K is because of the Fed.
What's the date of the halving?
I have no idea. Like,
but it's coming up within a year, right?
Whoa, pro shares, Bitcoin strategy. I've not seen this before.
It seems like a good one. Like I would buy that before I would buy Bitcoin. And it pays a dividend too.
It does. Ooh. I mean, okay, it came out last year. It had some stability issues. It lost over 50% because of Bitcoin being at 60,000 and it dropping. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, let me show. I can't see it. Stop screen, share screen.
Yeah, just start a new one.
Oh, man, this is actually interesting. Do I buy? It's kind of interesting. What do you prefer buying? Buying the actual Bitcoin or buying a fund that's in Bitcoin?
Well, because Bitcoin's so expensive, I think I'd rather just get the exposure to it through a fund that's cheaper.
Yeah.
That's my thought process.
Oh, the dividend's not too bad. Look at this. The dividend's not too bad.
It's like 7 or 8%, right?
Wow. Thank you guys for showing me something actually really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that I like do not see. So ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF on the monthly initially started in October 21. Okay, let's see the chart on October 21.
I actually, since 2021, I just ignored my crypto, basically. It dropped so much. I'm in some other ones too. I think I'm in, what's the one? Here, I'll pull it up. I have Coinbase. What's the
Look at
one?
this.
Oh, it's come back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I do see
Oh,
Bitcoin.
have you heard of Uniswap? I'm in Uniswap.
Let me see. Duplicate. How do you spell
These are the
Uniswap?
five. These are the five I'm in basically.
Oh,
XRP,
XRP.
Dogecoin, Chainlink, Uniswap, and Bitcoin.
Here, I've actually made videos about all those. I mean, I've made so many Uniswap.
There was a time like 2021, this
Yeah.
account was up way more than it's at now.
I give a good price prediction for Uniswap.
Oh, really? It was close
Yeah.
to like what it really would be.
Let me see, Uniswap and XRP. I love cryptocurrency because it's in my field. I can program it. I can trade it anytime. I can transfer
You
it
don't think it's
around.
like a scam?
I would say crypto is not a scam, but the overall market is like 90, 95% scam.
Okay.
Crypto's not a scam in general, but the cryptos out there today, the majority are scams. Almost all of them are scams. Like,
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to like debate me on crypto, why I think it's the majority are scams, if you have time, go to CoinMarketCap, look at the top 100, and then beyond the top 100, out of the 22,000 cryptos out there, all tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, VeChain's a good one. I made a video about that not too long ago. I made a video about VeChain 2 weeks ago.
Someone mentioned this IONQ.
IONQ? What is that? So many. Man, it's crazy. CoinMarketCap. Give me a second. Have you been to this website like recently?
No, I haven't even followed crypto in over a year.
Well, when I started making videos on crypto, it was like 10,000 on YouTube. Now there's
Well, I have
26,000.
been to this site before, but it's been a while.
There's like 26,000 cryptos out there.
Yeah. For YieldMax, for my investments, I'm at Ameritrade now. I used to be at E-Trade, but I'm at Ameritrade. Oh, I remember Solana, Ethereum, like all of those. We had that crazy run up. Ethereum's still doing good, I think.
Yeah, Ethereum to me, like Ethereum pays a 6% yield annually.
Yeah.
If you guys are staking, if you guys stake, that's like staking is like my passive income that I really like. You see Polygon. I mean, gosh, I love this stuff right here. But outside this list, a lot of these things are like useless. Like Dogecoin to me is useless. Dogecoin, what is that other one? It's like Doge. Shiba Inu is useless. Like, what do people use it for? Other than trying to make money.
Yeah.
We'll see though. I think almost all cryptos will go up at the end of the year, but it doesn't mean that they're going up for any good reason.
Should I try to call a copy trades person?
Yeah, well, you can try it out.
This person keeps messaging me. How should I do? So I'm in the middle of a live stream. It'll be like but I'll be kind of like ambushing them.
I mean, you don't have to tell them you're on a live stream.
No. But like, if I get him on, I'll just say, hey, like I have some questions for you, and then like I would want you to ask him questions too.
Yeah, you can just introduce them to me, and
Okay.
I'd love to ask them about like how do they carry their signal, who creates their signal.
Okay.
Oh, man. That signal is important. I mean,
Let me try.
what is this, guys? Shiba Inu, ha ha ha.
Shiba
Behind.
dog shit.
I'll tell anyone that Dogecoin to me is a scam.
Hmm.
No, get out, no, no. Zinto, please go. No, go please. Thank you.
You should probably. I mean, we've been on like 2 hours. You should probably get going.
I think my time duration is expired.
Yeah. Now it's been. I usually don't go this long anyway.
With the Munchkins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm running out of time, but to let you guys in on it, my cryptos that I'm going for is Hedera, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think that's about it. Like even on my to-do list, I only trade these mainly. Like if you guys saw my positions in Bitcoin, see, I'm in Bitcoin. Like
Oh wow.
Yeah, I buy. This is on my demo account right here. Just showing. I don't show my live account for these.
Oh yeah.
But my demo account entries, I've been buying everything down here. Bitcoin's such an interesting beast.
So your number one play was what?
My number one play is going to be XRP and Hedera.
Hedera.
Yeah, Hedera is it's different. That's why.
Okay.
Hedera pays 4 to 5% per year in staking rewards, kind of. XRP.
And that's what ticker?
Hedera is HBAR.
HDAR.
Yeah, I've been buying this for such a long time.
Oh, it doesn't come up on the iPhone.
Yeah, it's not on all brokers. Like it's been downtrending really hard. So it's kind of interesting. If you guys look at my crypto portfolio, it is like 5 or 6% of my whole. I allocate so little to crypto.
Yeah.
But once it starts ramping back up, then I'll add more love to it a little bit, but not. I mean, like I said, like I like crypto, but I think the majority of the market's all scam. I mean, I don't know why anyone thinks it's not. Like I meet people who talk about crypto, and they're like, it's like the best thing, and I'm like, it's. I mean, we can make a cryptocurrency in like 15 minutes while we're on the phone.
Right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna call this person.
All right. XRP is insane to me. It's not logical. Ooh. It's getting old.
Probably won't answer. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing?
Good. So so what is it? You're like into copy trades or something?
Yeah, correct. I'm a trader, and I have my signal set up on a copy trading platform, just like I told you.
You have your signal set up on a copy trade platform?
Yeah, where where a few other investors and individuals are free to connect to and follow my signals, so you could all earn what I do without you having to touch the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually here with a friend that has a couple of questions for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, my name is Andre, and I'm actually really interested in starting into trading and stuff, and I just want to learn more about this copy trade service, if you don't mind.
Okay.
My first question. Go ahead.
I can actually hear you so well. Can you speak to the phone directly?
Okay, is that better?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay. My first question is, how are you creating the signal? Like, off of what basis?
Actually, the signals are actually just you automatically copying my trades, because it's like okay, it's like a mirror. Setup where I execute a trade on my end with all my sophisticated trading tools, because I make use of the oscillators and all of that. So while I make the trades, the platform is all set up to automatically mirror my trades from my end directly to all of the investors who's got their trades, their accounts set up with my designated link. So that is what actually makes the copy trading program unique. You know what I'm saying? It actually makes it unique because it's all automatically set up for you to copy my trades without you having to touch the market.
Oh wow! So what markets are you in for this service?
I didn't get you.
What markets are you in for your service?
What markets am I in?
Yeah.
I basically focus on the crypto market, just like I told you already.
So mainly crypto, just to be clear.
Yeah.
When it comes to the basically you're trading all these cryptos, what broker do you use, or which ones are recommended to use?
Personally, for my personal trades, I use mainly KuCoin and a few time Binance just for my trades, and I have the signals transferred to the copy trading platform for you all to earn off the signals or off the trades. Yeah.
Fantastic. My next question is, so how long have you been doing it for?
I've been consistently trading in the crypto market for about 7 years.
Wow.
But actually, I started off in the stock market.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you've been trading for so long? You've been providing this type of signal service for all those years?
I didn't get you.
Have you been providing the signal service for that many years?
Yeah, I actually got involved in copy trading for about 3 years now. I started off in the stock market, and after a couple years, I had to diversify to the crypto market because I found my passion in there, and then I had to find out and learn about helping others and learning and earning with my job. So I had to adopt the automated copy trading system to increase my investors network.
What indicators do you use when you trade?
What indicators do I use?
Yeah.
I told you I actually make use of the MACD and my oscillators.
Okay. And with all these trading, have you ever provided, or do you guys do you give out a P&L?
I didn't actually get you.
Profit and loss, P&L.
I didn't get a question. What did you say?
Do you have a P&L, profit and loss?
Yeah, of course. I actually showed you my past track record, and you could have a look on that and see it holds all the information,
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can we check it out? Let's see.
Yeah, for my indicators, I make use of the average and my oscillators and just sort of that.
I like this.
Yeah, I'm looking at what you sent me. Hang on a second here. So I've got one chart that's like a candlestick chart. I can't tell what it's on. It just kind of looks like a random candlestick chart.
What's that?
The picture you sent me, it looks like it's just kind of a random candlestick chart. And then there's another picture. It's Bing X, and it shows 250% Ethereum to US dollar.
Yeah, that's those are all past trades. Those are all past trades. What I'm saying, I sent you my past track record on the link. The link which I sent you it's for you to have a view of my past track record, and you could also have an account set up from there too. So.
Oh, is it possible I can see that link? Because if you have it's a full P&L, right?
What?
It's a real P&L, right? Profits and loss statement, not just a bunch of images, correct?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You could have a look at the link. I already sent it to him.
Yeah, let me see. I'll jump on Facebook real quick.
Is it this? Is it interactivesmarttrading.com?
Yeah, correct. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm really new into trading and I'm trying to learn more. And I was watching some stuff on YouTube, and they always ask for a P&L and stuff. So I just want to verify if the P&L is all good.
Yeah, you just have to take a look at it and see.
So when it comes to trading, since you've been doing it for so many years, when it comes to profits, like what do you get? What do you average? Are you averaging like 10% a year?
On a daily basis, I have an aim. Yeah, I actually aim for around 6 to 8% on each trade. That's on a daily basis. And I try to execute multiple trades daily, say 3 to 4 trades on a day.
Mm-hmm. So are you looking at 6% on average a day?
That's an aim, yeah. Like I said I aim for 6 to 8% averagely, yeah.
Wow. So if that's your daily, you're probably taking home easily 10% a week. 10% a month. Because you must be winning a lot then, right?
Did you hear him?
Oh no. You must be averaging pretty high returns at that rate.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So is there like a different level of signals we can get, or is this just like what level 1 membership? There's only one membership we can get into?
Yeah. It all depends on how much you're looking to make, because like I said, the profits it all comes in percentage wise.
Oh, so do you have like tiered services, like you get better signals if you pay more money, basically?
Yeah, for sure.
So if I spend more money, I can get better signals than I would get if I spend less money.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Exactly
that's awesome. Wow, I'm pumped up.
How it is now,
Do you how much do they cost for the first these memberships? Like if I want to jump on today, how much can I spend?
Actually, I recommend around 5 to 10 grand for a start. Also, it's still like I said earlier, it also still depends on what you're looking to make.
Well, if you're making like 6%, you're looking for 6 to 8% per day, like easily a 10K deposit can make my returns back pretty fast, right?
Like within a day or two.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
If you're making 6% a day, you'll make your money back fast.
Yeah, correct. That's if you invest more.
Okay. So if I'm putting $10,000 down, how much am I paying per month for the fee?
Actually don't need to pay. Your fees aren't paid out of your pocket. It's my trader's commission just for the job I put in, and it's automatically deducted from your trading account on your approval. It's automatically deducted from your trading account and stored in an escrow wallet.
Wow. Oh, okay. Actually,
it's all compiled for the trader. What do you say?
So I have to deposit my funds onto your guys' website to use your guys' trader?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, sure. Because if you have a look at the track record which I sent you, you could actually have an account set up from there too.
Oh, so basically I have to deposit my money with you guys, and then you guys.
No, you're actually not depositing your money with anybody because you are just having your account set up with my designated link to have us connected, to have you connected to my signals and follow my trades. But the thing is, you have absolute control over your accounts and your funds and everything because your login information and all of that is confidential to just you with no third-party interference. So your funds are still in your jurisdiction, but it's just allocated for trades by following my signals. Your deposit information is specified to just your account, so it's still your money. You're just allocating it for trades because once the trades are all over, you could initiate a withdrawal from your end and receive your funds too. So it's all in your control. It's all under your control. You're just having it allocated for trades, and you have to be your account has to be set up on the same copy trading platform where my signals are set up, so the connection and flow it's all easy.
Wow, I see. Because like your profitability in the last 180 days has been 2,732%. Like these are some record numbers. I think I got a couple questions about this because if you're making that much money, like
what?
How if I want to start today, right?
Yeah.
If I want to do $10,000 down, how much percent would you take in the trades?
How much percent would I was?
Yeah, how much would you take for your fee for winning?
I actually just took a little 10% of the total profits which you make, and like I said, it all comes in at the end of your trade period and not of each trade.
10%. Is it if I invite people, will I get a commission too from them?
Yeah. You have a 5% referral commission on all referrals you make because whatever capital they start with, you get 5% of it as your commissions.
Oh, so I got a question about this. So if I join from your link, you get 10%, and if I get like a couple of my buddies to join, I get 5% from them.
Yeah, you get 5% once they get started. Just not at the end of your trade period. You get 5% once they get started. Like 5% of your capitals, I mean.
Oh, and will that continue? So hypothetically speaking, like, because this is amazing. Like, I'm really excited about this. So if I invite my friends and they invite their friends, they all get 5% too?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
That is just that's a complimentary referral commission to investors.
Okay, so is it possible that if I keep inviting people, would that amount of money equal more than the amount that is being influxed in?
Yeah, like I said, it all depends on what they start with. So if they start with a good amount, if they start with say 50K, 100K, you get 5% of it, and you could actually use that to build your account if you don't want to take it out.
Okay, so if my friend wants to come in and I get 5K, will you get a portion of that 5K too?
No, I'm not gonna get a portion of the 5K. Like I said, all my commissions comes at the end of your trades, not during the trade period. And for you as an investor, your referral commissions comes on the startup of your referrals.
Oh, that makes sense. That really does make sense. Okay, so I see the incentive is to share as much as possible.
Correct.
Fantastic. I see. How long have you been with this platform, Interactive Smart Trading?
I've been with them for quite a reasonable number of time, and as you can see, I have a good number of connected investors following my trades. So
okay, I see that. How do I find your P&L? Like to see what trades you've taken in the past, stuff like that. Because I'm on the broker, so it shows me your 7-day, 30-day, 90-day. But
yeah, all of that you can see all of that. Yeah, you could see all of that. That's a cumulative report right there. So that should do.
Oh, wow. It doesn't break down like, you know, how many trades you've taken, each individual one to verify the actual transaction and trade, kind of like, because you're trading crypto, right?
No. This is this is copy trading, and having all of that information put out there could encourage cross trading, cross platform trading.
Oh, actually,
That is me. Yeah, that is me actually exposing my strategies and what makes me special in my job.
Okay, okay.
Your strategies.
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
Oh, okay. But just to make sure, you're trading crypto. So can we see on the blockchain where those transactions were made or not? Just to verify if it's real trading,
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, like can you see in the blockchain if what?
So I'm just looking for something real. Like I'm really interested about your guys' platform. I really wanted to invest, but if we're talking about crypto, can we see on the blockchain where these transactions are taking place? Because you're using Coinbase or Binance, right?
No. Like I said, the trades are executed on my end and all mirrored. It's in a trading interface, not in a transaction interface. What happens on the blockchain explorer? They are all the sending and the receiving transactions.
Mm-hmm.
The confirmed and unconfirmed. Yeah, that's all that happens on the blockchain explorer. That's a transaction interface. I make my trades on a trading interface, and what happens on the blockchain explorer, it's during your deposits and your withdrawals. That's all you can actually see there, because that is a transaction interface.
So just to verify, we cannot see the blockchain events on the trading platform for your trades, correct?
Well, you could actually see a few.
Oh, which one? Can we see like one?
You actually need to just have your account set up. Have an account set up, and you're gonna see the trading interface of the platform.
Okay, so I gotta sign up. Can I sign up for free, or do I gotta pay immediately?
Yeah, you actually have to sign up for free, and to get started earning trading, you need to get your account activated.
Okay, and activating means I gotta pay, correct?
Not actually paying, depositing money into your account. You need to get your account activated.
Okay, and I did have a question about that. How do you guys take money? Like, is it direct deposit, wire transfer, credit card?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, that's where I was talking about the blockchain explorer having the information about your deposits and your withdrawals. It's a crypto trading platform, and we are trading crypto, so all transactions are crypto based. You make a deposit in crypto, and it could be tracked and traced on the blockchain explorer network.
So just to verify, transactions going into the platform are tracked on the blockchain, but all trades are not tracked on the blockchain at all.
Yeah, well, you could actually see all your profits on a daily basis in your accounts.
Oh, I mean, like, because I'm following your trades, and to follow your trades, like, I can't go to the blockchain to verify these trades are taken or not, because it's not on that platform. They only do the deposits and withdrawals from crypto on the
like I said, it's once you're connected to my signals, you are gonna see your profits incoming on the platform on your accounts. You're actually gonna see the trades ongoing on your account and the profits coming in.
Okay. Oh, actually, I got another question for you, because you've been trading you got so much experience. Are you out? You're here in the States, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Actually, I live in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Nice, man. I'm from Vegas.
Oh, cool. Where are you at right now?
Vegas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Bill, you never told me you were in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, man. I love Vegas.
I'm a big fan of Vegas, too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I got a question about that. Like, I heard something about, if you're trading other people's accounts or managing them, you gotta have like a license. Do you guys have do you have a license for trading?
Oh yeah, the company can't actually exist without a license. You know that.
You don't need a license?
I said the company cannot exist without a license. So yeah, it has a license. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Can
a
you show
local.
me your license number? I can type it in and look it up.
The company license number, you mean?
No. To manage trades or do trade signals, I heard that like you need a trading license, to manage the
Oh
account.
that is actually for independent. That's actually for independent traders. Like you can see, this is it's an interactive smart trading. It's like a bot setup for the copy trading system.
Okay.
So the licensing, yeah, for you to actually need a license, that is you being an independent trader and offering to offering copy trading services to the public. That's where a license is needed. But if you're actually aligned to a copy trading platform, the insurance and all that covers the copy trading platform or the organization, it's all covering you too as a trader under them, connected to them too.
Oh, so I'm just trying to connect it up. So I just don't want to do anything that gets me in trouble, So you have access to manage my trades because I'm copying your trades, right?
No. I have zero access to your information because I'm not there. I'm not going to be present. You setting up your information, your account. So no one has an access to your account except maybe Mr. Bell, who is there with you.
Oh, okay. So I get it. So I just copy your trades, mirror them, but you have no access to my account.
No, I have zero access to your accounts. All your login information is confidential to just you. That's actually what makes the copy trading system unique.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so I said let me log in right now and register. So this sounds really cool. So when I register, what do I do?
To register, you just have to click on start following button.
Okay, so give me a second. So once I start, like I have crypto in my Coinbase account. Am I able to send it to my interactive smart trading account?
Yeah, sure, you're able to do that.
Which crypto do I send it in?
Actually, I'm focused on trading the Bitcoins and Ethereum. So if you have those pairs, we could actually start up with that.
Oh, so I send Bitcoin and then you'll send in be able to start, correct?
Yeah, sure. Once your Bitcoins are received in your account, it's going to be activated, and your account is going to be activated. Your funds reflected in your account, and you're set to begin trading activities.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm typing in my email address real quick.
Oh, okay. You could also send me screenshots too, so I could guide you directly if you need some help too.
Oh, okay. It doesn't seem like too hard information.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
I do have another question. So, just to verify, where does the crypto stay on the Interactive Brokers website? Where is it at?
Yeah, it's all in an escrow wallet. Do you know what escrow is?
Yeah, I understand that part, but where is it at? Like,
yeah.
Is there any verification portion on that wallet in that location?
Any what?
The basically that wallet has that location, right?
Wallet has a location. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because this is a American company, right, or international company. They got licenses and stuff.
Sure.
I'm just trying to figure out if I can verify their wallet location.
I'm actually not getting what you're saying correctly.
Give me a second, sir. Type it in. All right, I got my email address in. Let me see, password, phone number.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what else do I need after I start?
Just proceed to get your account set up. What is your email address? What is the email address you're trying to use to have your account set up?
My email address is kind of long. You ready?
What?
Yeah, my email address is kind of long. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Hidden in Plain Sight to You.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, it's my Gmail.
Oh, sounds good.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool email. I've had it since I was like in high school. Yeah. Here you go.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, Hidden in Plain Sight.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. Yeah, it says success. I got in. Your registration was success. All right, here I'm logging into my email real quick. Give me a second. Man, I can't wait for So it sounds like it's pretty easy to get profited. Like it sounds like it's super fast and super easy.
Yeah. You just actually have to get it right and know what to do right. Yeah, like I said.
Let me see. I'm typing in my code to my email 707531. Okay, verification link sent. Kind of weird. Please include an @ in the email address. Okay. Please. Verification sent there. Please click the button in the message to. Okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I got it now. And so once everything gets started, when can I withdraw my profits?
It depends. Like I said, how often would you like to be getting your withdrawals? Would you like to have a weekly, monthly? Or,
weekly sounds perfect.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have it set up for a weekly withdrawal then.
Wow. If you're doing this good, like, why do a signal service? Why don't you work for like a big bank or something?
A big bank? No. I actually have my passion in the crypto. I actually stick to what I'm good at,
Oh wow, man! Look at this interactive thing. It's amazing. Like I can look at all these apps. I mean, 1 second, sir. I'm so new to trading, so I'm really unfamiliar with all your guys' stuff on here.
Yeah, it's not a problem. For you to actually have your accounts funded, you're gonna see a 3 button at the top right of the top left of your dashboard with deposit written. You could actually click on that.
Wow, this is crazy. I can make a deposit, fund transfer. Let's try this out. Make a deposit. Complete account information, update social. Oh wow, you guys need my social security number?
Your social security number?
Yeah, it says update social security number. Click here.
Yeah, that is just for verification and your own personal verification. It's not compulsory, it's optional.
Oh, so if you guys are taking my social security number, that means you guys report to like government services like the IRS and stuff, right?
No one actually needs your social security number, man.
It says right here, update social security number. Click here. So do you guys report? Do I have to report my taxes, or you guys report them to the IRS?
Yeah, we actually report and file them.
I understand. Do you guys report, or do I report?
The company reports the taxes, and it's all cleared on your stead.
Oh, okay. So you guys, okay. Let me check this out real quick, okay?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not messing up tax wise,
Yeah, sure. We all have it covered.
Let me see. Oh, do you know the filing date and time for the your guys' company? Or it's not your company. You're just an affiliate or like a trader on it, right?
Yeah, I'm a trader on it.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure because I always get hit for taxes, and Just want to make sure that all my things are checked off and stuff. But how do I find that legality stuff to make sure I'm not doing anything incorrect?
How do you what?
Find all the legal jargon. Like you guys is where you guys are located at to make sure I can put this on my forms.
Like I said, it's the interactive smart trading. It's like a bot setup just for the copy trading purpose. You are actually connected to me as a trader.
Oh,
how
did I connect to you? Your affiliate code, right? Your affiliate link.
Yeah. I could send you my ID. I could send you my ID for you to hold that as a contact information for me.
Yeah, why not? Let me get that for me, please. Hey, it's actually interesting. Your guys' website has the same setup as TradingView. Are you guys pulling API code just from TradingView?
Actually no. But
no?
we are just trying to make it better.
Wait a second. This is so cool. I use TradingView all the time. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you said I thought you said you're pretty new to trading too.
No, I am new to trading with this, but I've been watching YouTube videos. He showed me this, and I'm like, that's like the perfect timing. I'm learning and growing at the same time. But I didn't know that you can profit that much in trading. I didn't know 6% or even. I thought that was like annual. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that was even possible.
You learn every day.
Dude, no freaking way. How do I deposit? Let me see. Deposit. Yeah, it's going to ask me for that information. I have to put my social security number and everything. But I can enter. I can deposit Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. What is that? USDT.
Yeah, USDT is the US dollar tether.
Tether? Okay. Is Bitcoin easier?
Yeah, Bitcoin is actually easier. Have you actually seen your deposit information?
Again, it's like I have Bitcoin on Coinbase.
How much of Bitcoin do you have? Like what?
Oh, give me a second. Let me log into my phone and check how much Bitcoin I got. Let's see. Where's my app at? Okay. Stupid little thing. And I can be able to send it through here real easy?
Yeah. You just have to copy your address from your account and paste it to your Coinbase. And just send no more.
No way. Oh, you guys need my PayPal email too?
Your what?
It has account number, bank number, account SWIFT code, Ethereum address. I can put all that in there?
No. You don't actually need to put all of that in there. Let's do it crypto based. We don't need your banking information and all of that.
Oh, is it harder or easier?
It's actually easier doing it the crypto way.
Okay, give me a second. Let me try to figure this out. I'm not the best with this. Okay. You have Coinbase, right?
Yeah.
Do you have Coinbase?
Do I have Coinbase?
Yeah.
I know about Coinbase and all of that.
Okay, so do you know how I can navigate it to send? It says send. How do I send it?
What are you looking at now?
I'm looking at sending Bitcoin.
Yeah, I said what?
How much?
Yeah, how much? Sorry.
Oh, how much Bitcoin? I have 0.001 Bitcoin. Is that enough, or do you need more?
0.001.
Yeah.
That should be around. Trying to see.
Hello.
0.001, you said?
Yeah, about $30.
How much?
I'm able to send that to see if it goes through.
Yeah, for sure it's gonna go through, but that's actually relatively
Do you need
insignificant
more?
for your accounts to be. Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
we actually.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how
told
much
you
to
about
send.
my recommend. Yeah, I told
Like,
you about my recommendations and all of that.
yeah, 10,000. Is it? You want $10,000?
Yeah, I told you I recommend about 5 to 10 grand for a good start.
5 to 10 grand. Okay, give me 1 second. I have to. I would have to use my bank information for that. I don't got that on Coinbase.
Yeah, you could actually make a purchase on Coinbase. So you just make a purchase of around 10 grand if that's actually good enough for you.
Fantastic. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to Google this at the same time. How do I send this? I know how to link my account, but Coinbase has some account limits.
Oh, like, what is your account limit on Coinbase?
2,500. Is that an issue, or should I send more?
2,500. Yeah, but you could make multiple purchases here.
I believe so. Are you able to show me? Are you able to show me your Coinbase to help me out? How do I do that?
Instant?
Yeah, you said you have Coinbase, right? Or do you have Binance?
Yeah, is it instant for you? That's what I'm trying to ask. Is it instant for you?
I don't know if it is. How do I verify that? Let me see. I'm on send, check. Okay, I'm on Bitcoin, check. Okay, I got my debit card. Oh no, there's a hold on it if I send it.
How long?
It says 7 business days.
Oh wow. How about you use crypto.com? You could actually use crypto.com. That should be easier and faster for you.
Okay, crypto.com. Let me try that out. What is crypto.com? What crypto is that?
No, it is an exchange. It is an exchange just for you to make purchases, just like Coinbase too. But I think they don't have a long waiting time.
Give me a second. I'm trying to search this up. Interesting. But I think one of my friends would really like this platform, especially with you trading with us. How often can we get in contact with you? Is it hard to get in contact?
I'm not always online here on Facebook, but I like to use WhatsApp and emails to differentiate my work from friends. So we could always connect over there.
Whoa! So I just seen some of the trading signal plans. It says one plan $1,500, plan 2 $2,000, and plan 3 $2,500.
Yeah.
Wow! How do I pay that? Because if I add that to my account and then I gotta pay this, do I gotta add even more?
Yeah. You actually need to add it to your deposits you're making to your accounts. So once it's all added to your accounts, then you have to subscribe for the plan.
Is this monthly or one time? Just to make sure.
It's a monthly thing. Just to keep your account going. It's monthly.
Wow, I gotta pay $1,500 a month, and $2,000 or $2,500.
What?
Wow, that's a lot. I can see, but with the gains you're making, this should be simple, right?
Pretty much.
Wow, that's pretty freaking crazy. Increase assets up to 70%. Buy plan. Oh, you can only buy in crypto. So I got the generated wallet address.
Oh, you've only got like 7 minutes to do it too.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to find it. This wallet address, who's the owner of it? Can I find out? Just to make sure it's going to the right individual?
Yeah, for sure it is. As long as it's the address on your account, it is the right address.
Okay. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. So if I go to crypto.com, I can add funds, send it to this, and then so I have to do a couple deposits. Is that okay?
Okay.
Give me 1 second, sir. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Can you hang on like 1 second? I'm trying to understand how much money I need to send because I got to pay for the 2,000. I need to add a couple thousand to my account and then send it over by Bitcoin. Okay.
All right.
Holy crap! This sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Do people get actually rich from this stuff?
Sure.
Oh, that's crazy, man. I thought about making like 10% a year was hard, but it seems like you guys got it locked down.
Yeah, like I said, you have to do what is right the best way to maximize profits.
Give me a second. I need. Give me 1 second. This is actually a lot. Do I get any type of so if I refer anybody, would that money drop into my account, like my wallet information?
Yeah, that is based on your request. You either have it sent to your personal wallet or to your trading accounts. Depends on what you want. It's all your preference.
Give me a second. This is actually interesting. Wow. I can see that this thing is very popular. Crypto.com is a very popular website. I never heard of it, so I'm just Googling it to make sure it's all good.
So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good exchange, though.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Give me 1 second, sir. Do you know, I have a question. This Bitcoin address, do you know this Bitcoin address right here?
Bitcoin address, yeah. The Bitcoin address is what? You mean your Bitcoin address?
No, I have a Bitcoin address about the transaction. I was wondering if you can look at it to see if this is the correct one to be sending to.
Yeah, just what you're gonna do, click on deposits in your account and make a screenshot and send it to me. Let me see.
How do I send a screenshot to you? Where are you at? Are you on Facebook or where can I contact you at?
Yeah, you could just send it on. Okay. I'm gonna drop my number and you could just send it on WhatsApp for me. Good.
I don't have WhatsApp. What do you have anything else?
Oh, you could send it over on Facebook for me.
Okay, on Facebook here. What's your name on Facebook?
Oh, you could see my account. Yeah,
Teddy Cruz.
Teddy Cruz?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Give me a second. There's a couple of Teddy Cruzes.
Right there. Yeah.
This one right here?
Yeah.
I sent you a friend invite. Oh wow. Look at this.
So are you like are you like Hispanic or something?
Hispanic?
Yeah, with the name like Cruz. Yeah.
Actually, my parents are partly European, so I guess came from there somewhere. Yeah, so I'll send you a request, Andre.
Fantastic, thank you. Let me see. Holy crap.
Well, that's cool.
Give me 1 second. One second, sir. I'm adding you now.
That should be you, correct?
Can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Are we on mute?
No, we can hear. I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hang on just a second. Okay, I muted him. I get what you're saying. I muted him.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. We got to wrap this up.
Do you see how much money was sent to that address?
How much?
Look, I just went to the address back. This guy is making like.
Yeah, what's up?
Hello?
He's muted.
He's muted. Look at the address. This address is used so much through.
Well, okay. We'll talk after. Let's get him. Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Hey, man.
Sorry about that. Sorry. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Hey, I'll give you a call on my phone on Facebook, okay? It's kind of bad connection. Right. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate your time.
I'll contact you right now, okay?
Oh, Andre's gonna call you.
All right.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Do you want to call him on here?
Yeah, but did you see how many transactions that guy's been adding?
Yeah. So the first thing I want to say, and I've been waiting to say this, so his picture and his name does not match up with the voice at all.
Yeah.
You see? There's no way. And he said he's from Tennessee.
The whole address part. I mean, God.
That was awesome, by the way. That was amazing. I never thought we would get this. That was awesome.
I just wonder who's being scammed. You know how many people?
A lot of people. Oh my God, a lot of people.
Look at this shit.
Do you know, we were talking, speaking of scams, someone mentioned it, like last week, we were talking about like pet psychics. There's such a thing. Like there's so many scams out there.
Look at this. Look up this website. This link is on 15 other websites. It's taken in an insane amount of money.
I can't believe he stayed on with us that long.
Yeah. Look at this.
I figured after the questions you were asking, like, I figured he would have hung up.
Look at the
transactions. Because he wouldn't do. I told him to come on the live stream, and he wouldn't come on for so long. He's been chatting with me for like a month.
Let me hit him up on here. That's crazy.
See his picture?
Yeah.
There's no way. First of all, and I think I told you about him like a month ago. The picture looked shady to begin with, but there's no way that picture. There's no way that's him. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, it sounds like
Maybe.
an African dude easily.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what we can do is actually do a scam report, because that's why I was looking at that transaction history. Look how many transactions this guy's been doing.
Yeah, I see that.
Holy shit!
So are you just gonna leave him hanging? Are you gonna call him later?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is. Okay. I want to, because my goal is to do this. I want him to show me his wallet address so I can figure out where he's at. So he can.
I was waiting for. Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the moment where he got mad. You know what I mean? I was waiting for like the breaking point. I was waiting for him to say, "Oh, screw this." You know what I mean? That never came, but I was waiting for it.
This thing's been reported 49 times for a scam. Look how much money is in this account.
Yeah. He did come up with an answer several times. I mean, he's like a professional scammer, I guess, because everything you asked him, he came up with an answer.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is making an insane amount of money off this.
Yeah.
Like, the entire account is full. Like, current account, $978 million.
Mm-hmm.
He has almost 33,000 Bitcoin in there.
The comments were funny during this whole time. I was trying not to burst out laughing.
How the 32,000 fucking Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Do you know what happens if I can keep him talking and I get his original address? You can start taking from that account.
Oh, really?
That's what I was trying to do. I wanted to see.
I was afraid of someone like that. Like, I didn't want to keep him on too long because I may get hacked or something, you know.
My computer is fine. I mean, I'm running a lot on it, but this is insane.
Look at this comment. He says, "This guy has inspired me to start scamming people after seeing that wallet."
Wow. Why would
if he had a doable and dreads, he would be rich. Us Americans, especially us gringos, are so gullible. That is true. That is true. All they have to do is just be nice to you.
What I don't understand is this: why would he show us an original account? I've looked up wallet addresses. I've never seen an original account.
Mm-hmm.
That means this guy has been scamming a lot. Oh my gosh!
Wow, this could be the best live stream I've ever done.
Holy shit!
That was great. How much? What was the total dollar amount in there?
Look, just today. Look, if you go back, just today, he had a couple $1,000.
I should probably delete him, block him.
Give me a second. I don't know what it is, but every time I use it with StreamYard, my computer starts dying down. Like,
oh, does it? We've been on a while.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit!
That's crazy.
I've never seen that much money daily.
See, you won over Broke John. At first, he was like, "Oh, this guy's just a day trader." Now you won him over.
Yeah,
that was good.
Wait, everyone thought I'm a day trader?
No, just this guy. He's been one of my earlier subscribers. He's a dividend and income investor and whatnot. But I was just half joking. You won him over, with that.
This is. I mean, I usually don't even go into this with stuff. Like, I was about to actually start trying to figure out his wallet address so I can start taking his money.
That's what he's telling you. He said, take it. Yeah, he's a scammer.
Yeah, if I can start figuring out because here I can figure out where his wallet's located, and then from here there's websites that you can use to figure out where he's stationed.
Is this stuff regulated? Like, is there any way for people to get their money back if they get scammed?
No.
So it's not regulated at all.
You will never get it back.
That's scary. Wow. And there's so many of these people. Another thing I get is Bitcoin mining too.
I got hacked with. I'm not hacked. I got scammed with that before.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Stop buffering.
Oh, is it blocked or something?
No. It's just my internet connection. As we use StreamYard.
Yeah.
My connection gets slower and slower and slower. So basically,
what internet do you have out there?
Cox.
Oh, I figured like Spectrum or something. We have Frontier out here.
I wanted him to give me a license number, which he's never going to give me.
No. I just can't believe we had him on that long. I'm glad. I just had a hunch to try that because remember I've tried it before, but these people they won't answer the calls.
Let me see and hit him up.
What did he say? Hey mate.
Hey, can you check this address? I'm gonna send him the address. See what he says.
Yeah. That's funny.
Bitcoin address.
That was great. I thought when you gave the email, I thought he was going to hang up.
No, that's my scammer email. I use that email anytime I do something shady.
But you said like you've had it since high school and stuff.
Yeah. That email is hidden in plain sight to you. So when someone reads it, they're like, what?
Yeah. No, because he knew, because he's like he kind of laughed at it. And then he knows my location because he's friends with me on Facebook. Can you minimize those?
Oh, let me see.
But yeah, he could see because he's like, oh, you're in Vegas too, because he could see.
Yeah.
From Facebook, you know.
I wonder what he says.
That was great. Someone recommended that I cut this into another video, which do you know how to do that? I may try to just cut this part.
And unless you record the video, then you can like save it again. But this would be a good YouTube short though.
Oh, well, yeah, but this segment went for an hour.
We did? What time
is
it?
It's late. You got to get going. It's like it's almost it's 11:37.
My deep like programming like bug wants to like break this down. I want to find this wallet. Where is it?
Hey, read this comment. Hey, read this comment. Should we be worried?
What was it? Yeah, you have to separate the video of this scam call for sure.
No, but read this on the screen.
Why would I mean, I have nothing to worry about. I'm unemployable. You can't fire me. My income is not. It's like I'm in a position not to. It's not dangerous at all.
Okay. What?
He said that's my address. Look, he said this is their wallet. That's their core wallet address. All the money's at.
Yeah.
My address. How can I get a receiving code? Receiving. No way. Tell me he's an idiot. Tell me. Oh my God. Please be an idiot. Please be dumb. Please send something to me. Oh man, it'd be like the best like life present ever if I can get access to an account this big.
Yeah.
Oh man. How can I get a receiving code? Do you think he still thinks I'm a new trader?
No, because he made a comment. He said, oh, you're a new trader, but you know about interactive brokers or something.
See? Okay. Yeah. How can I get funds from it? Recover stolen Bitcoin is impossible. I mean, it's maybe if the scammer has like an ounce of remorse.
Right.
But there's none.
Yeah.
I sent my funds to the wrong address, means it's gone. Blockonomics. Here we go. Okay, it's running again. You know what you could do with this? Like, if you can get him talking.
Yeah.
I want to see who owns it. Maybe he really is just an affiliate, not an owner.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But this address, I want it. I want access to it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. View transactions. See? Here's his last transactions. Look. from Bitcoin just from this address.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Pending transactions, high transactions, P2P. Invoice generator. See, look, see this right here? You can create an invoice for that crypto account. How much you think? $500?
Yeah. Just generate an invoice.
Yeah, I'm generating an invoice to a different wallet.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second. Oh, actually, don't do this at home, guys. Please.
I have no part in this.
Yeah,
this is you.
Just me. This is just me doing my normal to do stuff right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to my account. Give me a second.
This is nuts.
I need my Bitcoin address real quick. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you want to stay on a few more minutes or?
It's up to you. Right now I'm in the rabbits game. Like I'm deep in this right now.
Okay.
Like,
so, how close are you to finishing this?
I'm good. We can cut it right now, but if I can get him to send it to me and act like an idiot. So actually, I need the expiration date.
Daryl says do more. It's a big money operation. They said start with 10 grand, right?
Yeah. Holy crap! This is so scary. There's so much money being taken from here. Being
taken from him?
No, from people like this.
Oh, I know.
This is such a good hustle.
Scares me. Like I don't want to. Like Daryl said, I don't want to cross people. You know. I'm just a YouTuber.
If people think that, I mean, like, I'll create an invoice. Yep, I sent it.
To him?
I want to see who answers it now. Here,
engineer says tomorrow you're gonna change your name and move to the Caymans.
I mean, I'll probably move to Korea. I have my ID there.
South Korea.
Mm-hmm. I used to live there for 3 years.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of in over my head with this stuff here.
No, I'm asking for an invoice. I want to see what level is he at.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, so if you get the money, you should buy some TSLY with it.
Oh! Okay, so I sent the invoice to him. So the invoice is going to take and receive from him at the same time. So I want to see if he actually notices it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so I have a question for the audience. So what type of scammer do you vote for us to confront next? So we can do, I like the idea of a pet psychic. That's a cool one. But it's usually something in the finance field. Like we had, remember the guys from, remember that shady operation? What was it called? They were like a Forex platform.
Oh yeah. Not iMarkets Live. It's
Ever something. Shit, what was it? I'm still friends with the guy on Facebook. Elevate, wasn't it?
Yeah. iMarkets Live.
They did. I will tell you, I got my money back from them. Because remember, they said basically sign up for it before I joined the podcast. Mm-hmm. I did get my money back. Yeah, it was iBoomerang.
Yeah, iBoomerang. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
Yep. I might end up buying some Beto. Oh, Boomerang, that's a cartoon channel.
Let's see. Oh, let's see what he says.
Oh, he's typing.
Please type something. Tell me this wallet address is real.
You shouldn't have corrected yourself. Like, spell stuff wrong. That way you come across like more vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Did you use your account deposit address?
I can't believe this guy.
Yeah, I used
this is crazy.
The link to be sent.
Crazy stuff.
Invoice? Actually, I should ask him, can he see it? Can he see the invoice? Because if he can see the invoice, we're talking to the person who controls the account. Oh my gosh.
He's typing.
Please, if you can see because I guess most people don't see who owns the account, the main account where all the crypto is being funneled to.
So for the people still in the audience, you have to admit this is better than anything on TV or streaming services, right?
Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Oh my gosh.
It's his last scam of the week. I know, trying to close the week on a good note, right? On a Sunday. See, that's good. Now that's good. See, some people prey on the elderly, Prey, but you pray for the elderly. That's good. That's what you should do, you know? I agree with that 100%. So,
I don't understand what you need an invoice for.
Yeah, well, it is my channel. Why wouldn't it be? We do stuff like this. So I have Andre on, and we grill scammers sometimes. See, here's what happens. So 90% of my content is dead. It doesn't get watched at all. The only 10% are like the latest dividend videos that I get. So there's all kinds of stuff that I have. Like there's podcasts we've done that have like 30 or 40 views. There's the one where we confronted the iBoomerang people. There's the one, remember we had the dating coach on? That was went well, though. He was a nice guy.
I like that one. I like that one.
He was a good guy. But there's been a couple of them where we've grilled scammers, you know? So yeah, believe it or not, folks, I have different content, and it's just 90% of it is dead, basically, you know? Anyway, all right. Wait. So, is he typing?
He can see the, oh my God, tell me, just say a yes. If you can see the invoice, then we're talking to the right guy.
Yeah, he seems like he doesn't want to answer that. See, I agree with John here. What's with the picture changes all the time, by the way? Now you have a gun. He's got like a handheld pistol in his picture. Anyway, all right, we'll keep the audience posted on how this goes, but I think I'm going to end it now.
Okay, no problem, man.
So yeah, great.
I'm going to be texting this guy.
Good night. It's late on the left coast. Wait, you mean the West Coast? Because the East Coast, it's like almost midnight. Anyway, all right, y'all. That was great. That was really great. So I'm gonna end it now. Yeah, we'll let you know how it goes. All right, thanks. Thanks, everyone. Yep. Wow.
That's awesome.